Welcome to Verrado High School. It's the Vipers of Verrado, the number 8 seed in the 5A state tournament, 7-3 on the season, representing the 5A Desert West region, taking on the Bobcats of Cienega High School, 7-3 on the year with a 5-0 record in the 5A Sonoran region. Captains meeting at midfield right now. Number 4, Colin Tibbs from Verrado. Number 7, their quarterback, Eric Santiago. Number 24, their punter, Cameron Coronado. And number 52, their defensive lineman, Nick Rodriguez. For the Bobcats of Cienega, the captains are always the same. It's number 10, Jojo Parker. Number 22, Richie McCormick. Number 32, Cole McFarland. And number 56, Garrett Montgomery. The Bobcats are on all white, a uniform that I have not seen in my 14 years at Cienega, but I like it. It's very clean, very clear. Kind of looks like Penn State a little bit here. Jason Miller, along with Caden Obrenovich on Bobcat TV. Caden, what are we expecting here tonight from Verrado?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of passing with Verrado tonight, but I think Cienega is going to be able to lock this up all night long.
And we're going to go down to the field with Reagan Scott, our sideline reporter, with a report. Reagan.
Hi guys, I'm Reagan Scott. Looking at the statistics tonight for Verrado and Cienega, statistically they are very similar on paper. Verrado throws the football 66% of the time and they run 34% of the time because they are very run heavy. So players to watch out for are number 7, the quarterback Eric Santiago, number 5, Julian Virgin, at number 22, Connor Ging, number 1, J.D. Alicia, number 4, Colin Tibbs, number 13, Tyler Acton, number 88, Trey Nelson, and number 20, Ryan Willie. We also have number 3, Juan Vergen as well, so it looks like we have brothers on the team.
Yep. Some
keys for Verrado, we have Aaron Santiago is an effective passer, but he does have 11 interceptions. Cienega's pass defense, pressure, and coverage in the secondary, safeties and cornerbacks will be the key to the game tonight. So for Cienega, can they impose its defense or its offense? Will it impose Verrado's defense? And looking at players for tonight, we have number 22, Richie McCormick, number 32, Cole McFarland, that Mac attack, and number 28, Edgar Garcia to run the football for Cienega. The Cats will try to control possession, eat clock, and run their balanced offense. Miller, back to you.
Very good. Reagan Scott, our awesome sideline reporter, and getting set to kick off tonight for the Cats. It's a new kicker for tonight. So that's Sean Cadena. He is a sophomore on the JV. And a little squib kick here, fielded on the fly at the 30-yard line with room to go near side. And a good return here from number 21 from Verrado. That's Eric Rueda, who is a junior wide receiver and cornerback here. And he gets a good round of applause. So something to think about here tonight. So I know our radio listeners probably can't see this, but tonight is a lunar eclipse. So this happens when the Earth is between the moon and the sun, and the sun kind of shades the moon. And Jack Erickson, if you're out there listening, I hope I described that correctly. Great job today on that dodgeball tournament. You raised a lot of money for the Children's Miracle Network, and boy, we had a blast playing today. Talking to Coach Solo, I think we will want to do one in the spring. So think about doing dodgeball in the spring. 1st and 10 here, Verrado, the Vipers, at their own 40-yard line. And they love to run and throw the football. So a little flare pass to the far side, and it's dropped. A little late hit there by Elias Santana. The intended target was Gunnar Ging, who is a sophomore, number 44. So we will see here tonight, Caden Obrenovich, Eric Santiago, the quarterback from Verrado, who is a junior. He's got 2,000 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He's got a quarterback rating of 106.7. Bit of a loose, wild gunslinger out there.
Definitely, I agree. But not only that, but he is mobile too. I heard from Coach Argraves earlier during this press
conference on Wednesday.
There it is. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
That Coach Argraves told us about how Verrado's quarterback is going to be very, very mobile. Not only that, but he can pass, as you've seen the 106 quarterback rating.
Absolutely. So Julian Virgin, number 5, who is a junior, running play to the left. There's a penalty marker down in the play. We'll see how the referees kind of sort this one out. And it looks like they're gesturing here against Verrado, but we'll wait for the official signal from the ref down on the field. Beautiful vista here in Buckeye, the home of the Verrado Vipers, a beautiful campus. I think 11 years old is this campus, and their high school kind of looks like a castle. So we kind of drove around the front and came around the back, and we have, I think, a chop block here going against Verrado. So a big key here. Now, I'll tell you this, Caden Obrenovich, Verrado loves to throw the football. They're going to throw about 70% of the time.
That's right.
And run about 30% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the big key for me tonight is Cienega, can they put pressure on Verrado? And those corners and safeties from Cienega, can they generate a couple of interceptions here tonight?
Yeah, I think Cienega's the whole team is just pumped up. They took a 3-hour drive here, 2.5, whatever, and they had a couple stops. So it, let some energy out. Made it not such a long drive, and now they're here and they are ready to play. They looked hyped up.
Second and long here. Rolling, scrambling to his right. Nolan Baker in pressure there. He stumbles. Here comes Garrett Montgomery, and the quarterback a little setter step here, and some nice scrambling. And it's going to be a gain of about, looks like 15 here by Eric Santiago. So he's not a great runner. He's got 51 carries for 62 yards, a 1.2 yard per carry average, and 2 touchdowns. So more of a scrambler and a thrower than an absolute kind of like a dual threat running, throwing quarterback. But he will sling it from every different direction, from every angle. And now we're looking at a 3rd down and 12 here. 11:04 on the clock, first quarter, very early here. Want to thank you for tuning in here to Bobcat Radio. We do what we do. We travel all the time, and nobody can stop us from doing what we do. 3rd and 12. There are 3 receivers near side. There's a bad snap, and it goes past the quarterback. He wasn't ready for it. And it's going to be recovered, it looks like, by Cienega. At the 15, it's going to be very close here to see who comes up with that scrum. The Bobcats with an early turnover, an errant snap. Saw this on film footage on Huddle, Caden, and we saw some wild snaps from their center. Quarterback was not ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, this team is just, they look like a very good and coordinated team, but sometimes people mess up. The quarterback and the center were just not in link right there.
And sometimes you have playoff jitters, and this is a big matchup here in the opening round of the state playoffs in 5A. Number 8 seeded Verrado hosting the number 9 seeded Cienega Bobcats. Cats here going left to right. They're at the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, all white uniforms for the Cats. Verrado, they are black and gold, almost like Army uniforms, like the Army, the cadets from West Point. And we've got a running play here going right side to Richie McCormick, and Richie slices forward for about 4. It'll set up 2nd down and 6.
Now, all season, we have seen Richie and Cole run it up every single defense's throat, and nobody has been able to stop it.
And I think coming into the game plan tonight for the Bobcats and Coach Justin Argraves was, let's play some old school smash mouth power football. And that was the plan coming into tonight. And then you've got Braden Cherry, the junior quarterback, who has been developing week by week, who is so deft with those play-action fakes. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5 here for the Cats. Brady Belt's near side lined up. Richie McCormick on the handoff. Actually, that's Cole, so Cole McFarland down to about the 5. He's going to be very close to a 1st down. It depends on the spot. But we'll see where they set it up here. And it was a fun drive. I mean, maybe it wasn't... It was fun for me, a 3-hour drive from Cienega High School down in Vail. We found a Culver's on Verrado Boulevard about 5 minutes away, which was beautiful. So we got here around, was it 3 o'clock? A little bit after 3 o'clock today?
3:15, yeah, it was still.
So plenty of time, right? Like the early bird gets the worm. The Bobcat TV is the early bird. We always arrive places before anybody else. We got here, got set up, had to move. Went to a different location. Now we're perched here on the catbird seat on the top of the press box. The Cats have 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Handoff, and it's up the middle.
About a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain. But tonight, Verrado's defense, as they've been playing all season, is man coverage. We have excellent wide receivers who can easily exploit this. For example, let's see, Gunnar Hernandez.
You got Birdie Coleman near side 83, a big target at 6'5".
Huge guy.
Cole McFarland on the carry. So Cole, part of the early offense here. He had an awful-looking sprained ankle against Marana in Week 9. He showed me in slow motion. It was gruesome to watch, but I watched it. And I talked to him yesterday. He said it was 91%. He thought he'd be 100% by tonight. He's got it taped up here. And Cole McFarland lunging, waiting for the signal. The players from the Cats here have their hands raised up in touchdown. And Cole certainly thought he was in the end zone. And the referees here, a long deliberation. Wow. And finally a touchdown signal from across the way. So you hear a chorus of cheers across the visiting grandstand. You know the Bobcat fans always travel. It's going to be their parents making that 3-hour trek here. You can't stop them as well. So Cole McFarland, 3 yards on the touchdown run.
Just as you said before, we are going to be running a power offense tonight, straight up the middle. Hey, that's what we're doing, and it is working out. And here's Sean Cadena, the sophomore from JV, pulled up to varsity as a kicker tonight for Brendan Lorenko.
Rich Rodriguez, the snapper. Brady Belt's the hold. Nice job holding that one. It was a wild snap high. It goes to the uprights, but there's a penalty marker down. We'll see what the flag is for. Good to see Sean Cadena just blasting that one through. Watched him in pre-games early. It's going to be a false start against the Cats. It'll drop them back 5 yards. Now, Sean Cadena, the sophomore, number 33, and you might be wondering, where's Wonder Woman? Where is Brittany Lorenko? Well, she's at a soccer camp, so sometimes you have other commitments. It was a tough decision, I'm sure. The Cats are hoping to emerge victorious tonight, get Brindley back next Friday, but we'll take care of this game here tonight very early here. An early turnover against Verrado. It was a wicked snap that went over the quarterback's head. He had no chance on that one, so Eric Santiago helpless on that. And now we're looking here at a 25-yard extra point.
More of a field goal than an extra point.
Yes, a short field goal. So Brady Belt so good on the holds here. We'll see how this snap is from Rich Rodriguez. Nice snap, nice hold. The kick is up.
Right up the middle.
And it's good. Sean Cadena, welcome to varsity football, kid. No pressure. It's just the 5A state playoffs, but he drilled. So Cole McFarland, 3 yards on the touchdown run. The sophomore, 33, Sean Cadena. And you're wondering, yes, he has a soccer background, of course. Most of the kickers that you're going to see across the spectrum have some sort of a background in football or soccer. So good to see him blast that one through. An early lift here for the Cats. And these Bobcats are riding a hot streak, 6-game winning streak. Conversely, Verrado, a 2-game losing streak. So you want to have some positive momentum building into the playoffs here. And a bit of a quiet crowd. Like, you know, I have to say, it's not jam-packed here, which is surprising to me. Yeah. I thought this place would be just, you know, kind of pandemonium. People, like, excited.
It almost feels like Cienega's side is just as big as this side. I mean, we have people coming from 3 hours away. It's crazy. The commitment from these fans is like nothing else. In
the Vail School District, the partnership of the parents of the community is a big part of what makes the district successful. There's no doubt about it. The return here across the 25 via Verrado, and they will have 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 8:42 on the clock, first quarter. Bobcats up 7-0. Jason Miller, along with Caden Obrenovich, one of our super sophomores on Bobcat TV. Nick Irvin, our director, the man with the plan. We also have Hunter Alexander, and Lucas Myers, and Zeta Neo, and Nick Powell, which is our skeleton crew. It's almost like the mystery machine whenever we go someplace. Scooby-Doo. We're not looking for mysteries. We're just trying to report and cover our Bobcats. So 1st and 10 here from the 25-yard line.
Here we get to see this amazing pass offense they have had this season. I mean, these wide receivers have amazing catching abilities. They have a lot of yards each. And just like that, another 2-yard gain.
Flare pass goes to the far side to Julian Virgin, the junior. Nice tackle there by Richie McCormick, so a gain of 2. In case you're wondering, Richie is the leading tackler for the Bobcats. So he's got 64 tackles on the season, 3 tackles for loss and 2 sacks, but a nice tackle there in open space, and it's now 2nd down and 8. So in case you're wondering about Verrado, they have 3 excellent receivers. So J.D. Alicea, number 1, is their 3rd receiver. Colin Tibbs, number 4, the junior, their 2nd receiver. And number 88, Trey Nelson, a senior, is their 2nd receiver. So big 3 targets here. Now coming near side and turning around. Great job there defensively. Now there's a late flag. So if there was a touch, it was like this. I mean, I'm barely putting my fingers on your shoulder. You think it's on offense? You think it's offensive?
I think it's a defensive flag for sure, actually.
So it's a near pass here, and the target that I just mentioned, J.D. Alicea, who is the senior, number 1, he's very slight in stature, 5'9", 145, but blistering speed. Nick Irvin commented to me before the game. He's like, look at number 1. Look how fast he is. We knew he was fast. We knew he was shifty. We knew he had great speed and elusive breakaway speed. Covering him one-on-one near side was Gunnar Hernandez, and he was right there in coverage. And it's always great to hear Idiota fans, which you'll see everywhere across the state of Arizona. So it's nice to hear them in full throat early. We'll see if they're still chirping at the end of the game, folks. I'll keep you abreast of that situation as well. So 1st and 10 here from the 42. Handoff goes near side, and it will be a gain of maybe 3 or 4 on the carry.
It looks like Gunnar Hernandez, number 7, the cornerback, and J.D. Alicia are conservating over there. Over on the field, I mean,
there's an injured cat down. It's Garrett Montgomery right at the 45-yard line. So he is writhing in pain there down on the field. The ball carrier on that last play was Gunnar Ging, one of 3 Gings on the squad here for Verrado. Caden is a freshman, number 28. Connor is a junior, number 22. and Gunner is a sophomore, number 44. So a freshman, sophomore, junior mix. And we've got the trainers here looking at Garrett Montgomery, who is a big piece of the puzzle for the Bobcats. Offensive lineman, starter, defensive lineman on the interior, starter, gets helped up here onto his feet, and he's walking off with a little bit of support there from one of the assistant coaches. I think that's Coach Schween there, who's got him kind of wrapped around his shoulder. So you can't stop Steve Schween either. Like, the guy is always there. You know, he leads pregame warm-ups. He gets his team ready to go. It was an emphatic vocal chant together that got everyone's attention in the stadium as this team was preparing their warm-ups. He gets the team and the Cats ready to fire, as Coach Argraves likes to say, starting fast.
That's right. Not only does he hype them up over here on the football field, but in the weight room as well. I heard, well, actually I've seen them go crazy in the weight room with Schween because, I mean, he's just a motivator. He's probably one of the best weight coaches in
the country.
Arizona. Exactly.
I would say in the country. I'm going to say in the country. A little option here. Option near side. That's looking promising here for the Vipers. And a good tackle there in open space by C.J. Handgartner. So a gain of 4. It looked like a lot more than that. So a wrinkle we don't see very often. Running that option, Eric Santiago, the quarterback. A little pitch to the near side to the left to Julian Virgin. And it's going to be 3rd down and 2 here for Verrado. The ball is placed right at midfield at the 50-yard line. So 7-11 on the clock, first quarter. Cats on top, 7-0. A bunch formation here. And a handoff goes to the right side. Enough for the first down. So 4 yards on the pickup by number 22, Connor Ging. And he's averaging 5.8 yards per carry with 9 touchdowns on the ground.
After he hit that hole there, it just looked like he has some acceleration.
Well, they're doing a little hurry up here, and the Bobcats defensively trying to adjust to this. So Ging on the handoff again, maybe a gain of 1 on that play. So a couple of wrinkles here we're seeing for Verrado, and the Bobcats defense is, just trying to adjust on the fly to this.
I bet they figure that. I bet Verrado figures that, hey, if they are going to beat Cienega, they have to fool them. They have to catch them off guard. I mean, that's definitely a good theory.
Tightly bunched formation here. Now the quarterback, little flare pass goes to the far side, flagged down on the play. Does a nice job of leaping over the tackler, and Jimmy Diaz is there to corral, but it's a gain of 12, and we'll see what the penalty is here. But the indication is typically, in the area of offensive holding, so we'll see the indication from the referee.
Over there on the sideline, it looks like Elias Santana was getting into it a little bit with one of the Verrado players.
Got to be careful.
That's right.
All right, you got to keep your cool. Let your play do the talking. No need to chirp. So this one's coming back here. Penalty against Verrado. So a hold against the Vipers. And we're looking at about 2nd and 22 here. 6:26 on the clock, first quarter. Bobcats on top, 7-0. It was Cole McFarland, a 3-yard touchdown run. The extra point converted by Sean Cadena, the super sophomore, making his debut at the varsity level in the opening round of the 5A state playoffs. And we have a lunar eclipse, and it's perfect weather out here. A temperature in the low 70s. So just a balmy, mild, perfect night. So dropping back to throw, Santiago, and he is swarmed, and it's a sack here for the Cats. It'll be a loss of 2.
Great defensive line, great offensive line. Cienega just has a great line in all. Every single player on that field works just as hard as any other, especially on that line. I mean, every day they're putting in so much work, going over the same formation, same plays. For example, one person I wanted to point out on Cienega's defensive line is number 70.
Yep. Gio Tobias.
That's right.
He was part of that last sack. So Gio Tobias and Brody Coleman converging on that sack. Josh Savage also there. Also Big D, Damian Orozco. Santiago under pressure. There's Josh Savage. Oh, and he comes up flexing here. So 44, saw him earlier today. No shirt. Outside of the locker room. Mr. Miller crossed the way, calls me over. He's going to give me a hug. I'm like, let's go. So Josh was ready to play, I think, at about 10 o'clock this morning. A high motor, right? You talk about these players who have their motors that don't quit. He's one of those guys on that defensive line. And the Bobcats will sub in defensive lineman. Ethan Shockmill in there now as well with Gio Tobias and Josh Savage. Savage another sack. He's got 4 on the season.
One more thing about Gio Tobias. I mean, he looks like a small guy, but do not let that fool you. He will get right past you.
So we have a penalty here going against Cienega. It's a defensive holding, so a 5-yard penalty. And it will make this a 3rd and about 19 here from the 45-yard line of Verrado.
Now, Verrado does not have a lot of size but they do have the speed to make up for it. And throughout the season, it has just shown their size does not matter. 7-3, even though they did take a loss the last 2 games, I mean, they've had a pretty good season.
They do have one massive player. We'll get to that in just a moment here. So 3rd down and long. Little shovel pass up the middle. Crafty, dangerous. And it went to their wide receiver, Colin Tibbs. And Tibbs picks up maybe 7. But not enough here. So it'll be 4th down and 9 from the 45-yard line for Verrado. Their punter is out there, and that's Brendan Velez. He averages 32 yards per punt. 4:50 on the clock, first quarter. Bobcats up 7-0. Elias Santana, Yaya is back. So back from suspension. He's at the 10-yard line awaiting the punt here, and he is an X factor. High snap here, and nearly that's going to be a roughing the punter. No doubt about it. So late there on the hit, it's unfortunate. C.J. Handgartner was going full throttle. He's shaken up. The punter is also shaken up. It was pretty nasty, but Brendan Velez is down there on the field, and he pops up here. So this will be a roughing the punter and a costly mistake there by C.J.
That's right. One person to look out for on Verrado today, a sophomore, Ryan Willie.
Yes.
6'3", 200 pounds, 77 tackles, 25 of them alone, 18.5 tackle for loss ratio, 13 sacks, and 31 hurries this year as a sophomore. A great, outstanding D lineman. Just amazing.
Yep, Ryan Willie, number 20, only a sophomore, 6'3", 200. His dad is one of the assistant coaches here on this team, also a longtime head coach here in the Valley. So, you know, when you've got coaches' sons, they usually have high football IQs. And a big break here for Verrado. Unfortunate mistake against the Bobcats. And now the Vipers have 1st and 10 from the Cienega 30-yard line. And you can feel the energy here on the Verrado sideline, and right. they're getting energized here.
It's heating up.
And it's going to be Connor Ging, number 22, on the carry to the right side. Again, Ging averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He picks up 6 on that carry, so right along his average, it sets up 2nd down and 2 for the Vipers.
Let's talk about number 28, Caden Ging, and number 27, Chase Gaziller. Both freshmen. I mean, freshmen playing varsity is a big deal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Connor Ging on the carry. Tackled to the play by Spezio Gonzalez. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Right, you're right. It's rare to have freshmen. It's rare to have sophomores on the varsity. So when those players make the team, they're typically something special.
That's right. And actually, they have way more than 2 freshmen on the team. I'd say almost about 8.
Well, we'll see how many of them play, right?
That's
so
right.
3rd down and 6. And directly under center here, Eric Santiago, the quarterback. And it's running play near side to Connor Ging. And Ging is tackled by Spezio Gonzalez. Spezio is right there. Josh Consavage was right there. There's some talking here. And you see Spezio just trying to push Josh away from that little chatter that was happening at the line of scrimmage.
We cannot risk another suspension or any type of fights.
Nope.
We came here to play football, and that's it. We got to get the job done and get out of here.
100%. So it's going to be 4th down and about 3 here. Now, Verrado could kick a field goal. Their kicker, number 15, Giovanni Bonessi, the sophomore, is 3 for 3 on the season on field goals. But the Vipers here looking like they're going to go for it, and it might be a hard snap. 2 receivers near side, 2 receivers far side. Santiago takes 2 steps, looks, and now he's coming near side. He's got a target, and there's a touchdown. So it will be now there's a late penalty down. It should be a 24-yard touchdown catch to number 4, Colin Tibbs.
Wow. Even though we came from Cienega, that was an exciting play.
Yes. Let's see what the penalty is here. So it's Colin Tibbs, the junior, 24 yards on the touchdown reception from Eric Santiago, and awaiting the call from the officials. Touchdown is good. After the fact, there was a personal foul against Verrado, so that should be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. So Colin Tibbs.
Almost, I would say, a great catch. He had him on the outside, went inside, turned around, looked for the ball,
Yes.
caught it, got the toes in, barely. Great catch.
JoJo Parker was there in coverage, but he lost him. And
Yeah.
it was, it was a long, slow developing play. But you saw Santiago's arm, you saw his accuracy, 62% on the season, and you saw him drop that dime right to Colin Tibbs. Call me Mr. Tibbs. 24 yards on the touchdown reception by Mr. Tibbs, Colin Tibbs.
That's right, and not only a good catch, but a good throw. He put it right in there, just barely squeezing it in there. It was just a great play.
And it looks like Verrado's going to go for 2. They've been successful. Their running back number 22, Connor Ging, has 5 conversions running the football. So back to throw here, Santiago. Fires it down the middle. There's a 2-point conversion. So their big target, number 88, Trey Nelson, on the conversion reception.
A senior, 6'1", 175 pounds. He's actually been an outstanding receiver this year. 33 catches, 586 yards, 17.8 yards per catch. Just a great overall wide receiver for Verrado.
So just like that, and let's remember here, the sequence of plays. It was a punt by Verrado. It was roughing the punter. So the punter from Verrado, Brendan Velez, was roughed up, and C.J. Handgartner was going full broke there, and he roughed the punter. So it was a first down for Verrado, able to capitalize on that play. A big momentum shift here, and now on the 2-point conversion, claiming the lead 8-7 with 2:28 on the clock here in the first quarter. Cats have Elias Santana set to return along with Gunnar Hernandez, and getting set to kick off here is the sophomore Giovanni Bonessi. Verrado going right to left, Cienega going left to right. Gunnar Hernandez at his 22-yard line, picks up the ball, goes far side here, looking for a block, turns it up speed. Looks like somebody lost a pad or something, and a late flag being thrown here.
Somebody lost a shoe.
A shoe flew off, right? The shoe was like aloft, and it kind of lingered there for a couple of moments.
That's right.
So let's see what the penalty is. Holding against Cienega, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, dropping Cienega back a little bit here. Again, the Bobcats all in white. I've never seen this combination, but I like it. It's very clean. White helmets, white jerseys, white pants, white socks. The Vipers of Verrado, the black jerseys, the gold helmets, and the gold champagne kind of colored pants. Again, they look very much like the cadets from West Point in the Army, if you're thinking of uniforms. Pitch here goes far side, Richie McCormick. Richie spins, but he is a season for Douglas, the sophomore.
Yeah, Verrado just has a bunch of young, talented players on their team. Sophomore, freshmen, juniors, even a couple seniors that are good.
And again, when you look at this at the statistics, right, I can tell you, statistically, both of these teams match up very closely on paper. You watch some film, it's kind of hard to determine how fast, how strong, how good. And the best way to see it is matching up. Screen here near side, Jimmy Diaz. Jimmy trying to find the edge. Vision here on the near side. One of the photographers from Verrado took a shot.
Sheesh.
And she pops up very quickly. And Jimmy there, a gain of 8 on the reception. I mean, it was helmet to head, so she didn't have a helmet on. But she popped up very quickly. Her glasses were thrown off the top of her head. She appears to be okay. But it's a photographer from Verrado here who's snapping photos near side. A shutterfly. You got to be careful down there. Watch out for the action. The Cats here now looking at it's 3rd down and 3.
Wow.
Ball's at their own 41-yard line. Christian Hawkins near side. Jimmy Diaz far side. And Richie McCormick at tailback. And it's so loud here that Braden Cherry has to go to the clap, and now they're calling a timeout. So a little bit of noise here, and we expect that. We expected this home crowd to be boisterous and rowdy, and honestly hostile is what I was also expecting. But a timeout taken by Justin Argraves with 1:35 on the clock in the first quarter, and the Cats down a point, 8-7.
Let's talk about Coach Argraves and how he has led this team this year to the last 6 wins in a row.
Yes.
We had a rocky start in the beginning, starting off 1-3. That's all right, though, because we came right back, won the last 6 games. Coach Argraves has been putting in the work with these players, watching film, developing, I wouldn't say friendships, but a bond with the players.
Absolutely.
It's just been great coaching, great teamwork, and amazing, amazing what's the word?
Improvement,
That's
development. He's been wonderful. There's no doubt about it. He is a leader of men, all right? And you got to think about Cienega High School. So start with Niemer Hasse, legendary coach. Look at Pat Nugent, legendary coach. Justin Argraves, excellent coach, promising future, right? I think in the future I can say legendary coach as well. He has been nothing but successful at Tucson High School, a great player at Santa Rita. His offensive coordinator, Louis Nightingale, the former head coach from Santa Rita. And the Cats here on a 3rd and 2. Richie McCormick keeps those legs pumping forward. And he's still going. And a gain of 5 and a first down. A late flag again. Boy, the flags are dropping like candy on Halloween. So flags all over the field here to start this game. 1:26 on the clock. The clock is frozen.
Do these two teams have any history?
I don't remember. I know I've seen Verrado maybe in softball, probably traveling down to Cienega. Great. Eric Tatham, the great softball coach. So a personal foul and a face mask against Verrado. So I guess that one's not coming back, despite one of the fans proclaiming it. Almost in medieval times where you have somebody whose job is just to proclaim the news.
That's right.
So not coming back, actually. First down, Bobcats. And the ball is at the 38-yard line of Verrado. So a nasty face mask, a personal foul, the 15-yard variety. And the Cats are on the charge here. 1:15 on the clock, first quarter, down 8-7. Braden Cherry, the great junior quarterback. He's got Gavin Peterson lined up in the slot. Christian Hawkins near side as well. And he's going far side down the line. And a great catch by Jimmy Diaz. Touchdown, Jimmy Diaz. 38 yards on the reception. Pow-pow!
Wow, what a great play by Jimmy Diaz, the sophomore. Just an amazing player. That is why I think he starts, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he starts on varsity as a sophomore.
He starts at corner as a lockdown, shutdown corner. He's also a wide receiver, all interchangeable parts, right? So you've got Karan Watson, and you've got Brady Belts, and you have Gavin Peterson. You've got Jimmy Diaz.
That's right, and Jimmy
you
Diaz.
have CJ Handgartner. All those kiddos have a very similar kind of skill set, but we've seen Diaz make just electrifying highlight catches. That was one, 38 yards on the touchdown.
All the time. He has glue on his hands pretty much. He doesn't drop.
Well, that should open things up for the Bobcats. And here's Sean Cadena on the extra point, and it's up and it's good. So Cadena is like, whatever. I'm a sophomore. I'm on varsity. We're in the playoffs. I'm going to do my thing. He's 2 for 2 on extra points.
That's right, and I've played with Sean Cadena on JV, and he is a great player, just fun to be around, a great guy all around, just a fun guy.
And I met Mrs. Diaz earlier today, which was a pleasure as well. So early at Cienega, around 10 o'clock, the kiddos were in the locker room kind of packing up. Some of the kids were on the bus getting ready to go. Actually, probably closer to 11, but very nice. And just said hello to her. She's like, do you know which bus the kiddos are going to be on? I'm like, I don't know. Like, who's your kid? She's like, oh, Jimmy. I'm like, oh, Jimmy Diaz. Nice to meet you. Let me get him. He just happened to come out of the locker room, and I think his mother had his phone and his charger, all the things you need to travel, to entertain yourself and kind of get into your rhythm and your flow. But Jimmy Diaz, 38 yards.
I do believe
a senior, right? Alyssa Diaz, who might be part of Bobcat TV. Reagan Scott recruits everybody, so I wouldn't put it past her to recruit Alyssa Diaz to join our squad. The more the merrier. 57 seconds on the clock. Cats 14-8. Kickoff here by Sean Cadena. Field at the 10-yard line. Coming near side, it's the Viper, and he kind of puts on the brakes here, and he runs into the pause
of Elias Santana.
Of Elias Yaya Santana. So again, let me just kind of give you some numbers. Eric Santiago, 2,000 yards passing, 22 touchdowns now, 11 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 107, which is sterling. And then he's got some weapons at wide receiver. J.D. Alisea, number 1. Colin Tibbs, number 4. We saw Mr. Tibbs make a great touchdown catch. Tyler Acton, number 13. And number 88, Trey Nelson. And we saw Nelson on a 2-point conversion reception. So the Verrados, the Vipers, like to go for 2, and they've been successful doing it. We've got Alisea going in motion. They love to run jet sweeps with him.
About maybe a 7-8 yard gain there on the run up the middle.
So Julian Virgin, who is the brother of Juan Virgin, they are twins. So Juan and Julian. Juan's number 3. He plays strong safety. He's got 6 interceptions. His brother Julian has 7 touchdowns rushing and 6 interceptions as well. So a very talented pair of twins there for Verrado, and now a penalty marker down again. Might be a false start or some movement here. False start against Verrado, so dropping them back 5 yards.
It is a great night to play football. The lights are shining. The weather is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Everybody wants to play football. It's a Friday night.
We're on top of the press box, right? So if you've ever seen Bobcat TV at Cienega, we're in the same exact location where we're normally perched on the Cienega press box. So I couldn't feel more comfortable here, quite honestly. And if you look across the field, right, we're on the home side. The visitors' grandstand is pretty full. And then off in the distance, you've got the lights of the neighboring communities here. And we're at the end of the first quarter. So just like that, through one quarter, the Bobcats on top, 14-8. It was Cole McFarland, a 3-yard touchdown run. Sean Cadena is perfect on extra points. Colin Tibbs, a 24-yard touchdown catch from Eric Santiago. Trey Nelson, the 2-point conversion reception from Santiago, made it 8-7. And then Jimmy Diaz, moments ago, a 38-yard electrifying highlight reel touchdown reception from Braden Cherry, and Sean Cadena's extra point made it 14-8, which is where we're at the moment at the end of the first quarter.
That's right. And one more thing about Jimmy Diaz, I mean, it's like you're playing Madden almost. You're throwing it up there and you can catch it.
Yes. And you're mashing buttons, right, to get him to extend or to time the leap. He is so good. I have to say this. I have not seen a receiver, and I've covered football for many years at the high school level, but I have not seen a receiver with his skill set who is able to elevate, to launch himself backwards with his back to the floor and make these catches in traffic going backwards. He's just unbelievable. I think the sky is the limit for him, and I know he's a great baseball player. We cannot wait to cover him in the spring. So good to see Jimmy Diaz kind of launching here on all cylinders.
That's
and
right.
Go ahead, Caden.
And the stands are for Verrado are still filling up, oddly. People are arriving now, and the stands are getting kind of full.
Yep, trickling in. You got traffic here trickling in. And you've got the Cats here making some noise. You got some students. I think Reagan Scott's across the way. So Reagan and Alyssa Diaz across the way. And a quick slant here goes to the near side. Now, Verrado is going from left to right in the second quarter, and they'll go left to right in the fourth quarter. And that means the Cats are going from right to left. But it was a quick pass to the near side to Trey Nelson, a couple of yards on the pickup, and Josh Savage there to make that tackle. So now it's 3rd down and 9. And again, Caden, I thought one of the keys tonight was the corner and safety play of Cienega. And could they generate some turnovers on interceptions? We've got C.J. Handgartner in there at linebacker as a cover linebacker. Near side here, and you had a miscommunication. And I guess if you yell loudly enough that you can get a flag from the officials. So they're going to call pass interference on Gunnar Hernandez for the second time.
Well, it looked like their quarterback,
Eric Santiago.
That's right. That's his name.
Trying to target Trey Nelson.
That's right. It's almost as if he was waiting on his route. And
Nelson ran a hook.
That's right.
And Santiago was throwing like a fly along the near sideline. And Gunnar Hernandez did have a hand.
He kind of pushed him down a little.
So, again, as a player, you just have to kind of weather these calls and get ready for the next play.
That's
kind
right.
of have a
can't
short
let it
memory.
Get in your head.
No, don't let it get into your head. So 2 receivers here near side, Trey Nelson and Gunnar Hernandez stacking up against him. And we're doing the option here. Option to the near side. It's Julian Virgin on the run. Virgin picks up 3 on the carry. He's tackled by Brody Coleman and Gunnar Hernandez.
So the offense for Verrado tonight has just been option, pass, option, pass. Maybe a little quick huddle, option, pass, you know. And Cienega has honestly been on top of it all night long.
But it's an interesting wrinkle to throw, right? We haven't really seen an option quarterback. Now, if you went back 30 years, you'd see a lot of the option, especially from those Midwestern schools, Nebraska and Oklahoma, kind of come to mind. So 2nd down and 7 here. We've got a runner going in motion far side. It's J.D. Alisea. And Alisea on the flare, and he can't handle it. He was led a little bit on that one, but a tough one to field and incomplete. Alisea has 24 catches on the season, 486 yards, 23.3 average, 6 touchdowns receiving. He's also their leading rusher from the wide receiver position on jet sweeps with 15 carries for 127, averaging 8.5 yards per carry and a touchdown. So if he goes in motion, they could hand the ball off to him on a jet sweep, or on that play, they just tried to flare it to him, but he couldn't handle that one. So
That's
third
right,
down and 7.
He has wheels.
He does have wheels. Another guy with wheels, number 4, Colin Tibbs, goes in motion far side. And there's a pass complete to 13. It's a first down. It'll be 9 yards on the reception by Tyler Acton. So Acton, a junior. He's got 10 catches, now 11 on the season, averaging 21.7 per catch with a single touchdown. So good hands for him. Just a little route there in the center, finding an open pocket of space, enough to move the chains. And a good job by Santiago to find him. And a first down for Verrado, 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 44.
One of the reasons we talked about the DBs and safeties just being so good at Cienega is because of the coaches.
Oh, a little misdirection there.
Uh-oh.
It was a fake handoff up the middle and then a pitch going to the far side, but the Cats snuffed it and read it. And it was JoJo Parker making the tackle for the Bobcats. One of those senior captains for Cienega. Parker, Richie McCormick, Cole McFarland, Garrett Montgomery, a quartet of excellent seniors. We had a great press conference on Wednesday, our first for Bobcat TV, which was awesome. So at some point, if you want to check that out, go to our channel and look it up. It's about a 30-minute press conference, and I would start at about the 10-minute mark. So Coach Argraves and Braden Cherry, plus the 4 captains, and Bobcat TV's class was just peppering questions and did such a great job on Wednesday. Again, thanks to Nick Irvin for that, and Chris DeRozier, our athletic director. Flare pass comes near side here, and there's a great tackle. So team tackling there. You've got Handgartner, you have Yaya Santana, and Richie McCormick, and Richie a little bit slow getting up, gets a hand up. But it was CJ first.
All night long, I mean, I couldn't help but see the DBs and the wide receivers for Verrado, I don't know, kind of talking, getting in their faces, talking smack to each other. Gunner and number 88, who is
Trey Nelson. He's been locked on him all night, and I think that's a scheme coming in because Hernandez matches up size-wise with Trey Nelson at 6'3".
And they've been getting into each other's faces. The ref had to come break them up.
3rd and 11. Santiago back to throw. Little screen pass here near side, and there's a flag down. It's probably an illegal block or maybe a pick, but it's going to be a tackle by McCormick, very close to the first down marker.
Lots of flags tonight.
Many flags. Yellow, yellow, yellow flags aplenty. And then the ref, which I never understand. Actually, I didn't mean to throw the flag. Well, why did you throw the flag in the first place? So no penalty. And it's very close.
4th and 1.
And it's going to be 4th down and 1. So I think the Vipers will go for it here. Why not? 4th and 1. Can the Bobcats defense rise to the occasion at this moment?
They have to anticipate a run here. I mean, that's what they've been doing all night in these 4th down situations.
We've seen little shuffle passes. We've seen option runs. We've seen, just enough to get it. Handoff goes to the far side. First down for sure. And a gain of 3, maybe 4. Can Savage there in the tackle along with Yaya Santana. But a first down by Connor Ging, the junior, to pick up 4 yards and a first down. So the Vipers 1st and 10 from the Cat 31-yard line. I have to say, I get a little bit self-conscious. If the crowd is quiet and my voice is loud, I do feel self-conscious. Put me in a vacuum or a spaceship somewhere, I can talk all day, but if I know people are listening around me, it makes me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, the Verrado offense, again, just going, acting like they're talking for a little bit and just going, just quick. I don't know. It's
right,
not really
so
a quick huddle,
they
but
emerge
like
from the huddle, and then their kids kind of sprint to the line. That's what's happening here. So it's 2nd down and 5.
So it's making Cienega kind of.
And it's also a bunch formation. So you've got 3 running backs there, and Santiago rolling to his right. Big pressure there by JoJo Parker. And attempted pass at the 10-yard line, but just not enough time there. So Parker coming on a delayed blitz there from the safety. Gunnar Hernandez was there in coverage, but Santiago was kind of scrambling and reeling backwards, and tough for him to throw off the fly. His intended target was number 14, Brendan Velez, who is also the punter for Verrado. So a big 3rd and 6 now here for the Vipers with the ball at the 27-yard line. 7:14 on the clock, 2nd quarter. Bobcats on top 14-8. So you have 2 wideouts to the top of the screen, 2 wideouts near side. You have a running back next to Eric Santiago, the quarterback. Santiago in the pistol. Takes 2 steps, fires. He's got a slant across the middle. A big catch there by Trey Nelson. And Nelson picks up about 17 on the reception. And now the Vipers are in business. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
A great catch from Trey Nelson, their leading wide receiver when it comes to yards and catches.
Yes.
A great player overall. Just doing his job, just doing what he does.
So again, averaging 17 yards per catch, 6 touchdowns on the season, and now over 35 catches on the year. But a big target at 6'1", 175. And the Cats are trying to find an answer to covering him defensively. We've seen him in space. We've seen him on posts. We've seen him on little fade routes. And he's been very effective catching the football. So handoff goes to the right side. And again, the referee just tossing a penalty marker out there. It was Gunnar Ging on the carry. A short pickup. Penalties, penalties, penalties. This penalty goes against Verrado.
Cienega.
I think it's an illegal procedure, or maybe a chop block actually against the Vipers again. Well, this will back them up. They were in great business there at the 5-yard line. We've seen 2 chop blocks now, and I guess it's legal, Caden, but it never really feels ethical or clean or safe to me when I see offensive linemen chopping defensive linemen's legs from underneath them.
I mean, it's just a dirty thing
Dirty
to do.
and dangerous, right? Knee injuries and ankle injuries and leg injuries and those types of things happen. That's 2 now.
That's right. One thing I've noticed when that flag got called on Verrado, Cienega's fan section just got loud.
Yes.
I mean, just, again, an amazing fan section. We love everybody out there.
That's right.
And they love us back. You
That's
know,
right.
it's just amazing.
The best parents. Love the parents in Vail. Santiago back to throw. 1st and 10. Tosses this one up. There was some late contact there. You had JoJo Parker kind of like brushing off his receiver. Again, it was number 4, Colin Tibbs. He has a touchdown catch tonight. It's a great catch. It was a 24-yard reception from Santiago.
These refs are calling some weird flags tonight.
Was there a penalty on this one as well?
No, but...
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So
Yeah.
I kind of have to keep my eyes on the field and not look at my notes and rosters in real time. So it's now 3rd down and goal from the 20-yard line. And again, Trey Nelson, 88, has been a big target here for Santiago. And the Bobcats have been struggling to try to bracket him down between a couple of corners or safeties. And now Nelson is lined up in the slot to the top of the screen. You have 3 wideouts top of the screen. And now Nelson comes in motion toward us to the near side. 88, a big target, and one of Santiago's favorite targets. Santiago flushed out of the pocket. Nolan Bigger had a hand on his jersey. Now he flushes it down, and a great defensive play there late by Gunnar Hernandez. Absolutely clean, absolutely textbook, absolutely deflected away, and a great job by Hernandez. Nelson was right there. Santiago, so deft, rolling to his right, delivered it right where it needed to be, but a late job there and a deflection by Gunnar Hernandez.
Those two have been going at it all night,
Yes.
Nelson and Gunnar. So, I mean, I bet you it felt great for Gunnar just to get that one, get the hand up. Great defense.
That's right. You got to keep going back, and he's gonna. That's his assignment tonight. It looks like that is his assignment. Number 7, you're going to cover number 88, Trey Nelson, and you've got to stay on him like glue the entire night. So 3rd and goal. It's hard to tell. The scoreboard, or the clock operator here, I think is asleep at the wheel all night. Santiago under pressure down the middle. Yaya went up there, almost had it. But again, Santiago's been under pressure here.
All night long, Cienega's defensive line has just been getting through there. Again, back to that defensive line. They're just great. They've been putting in the work just as much as everybody else. They've been just getting through.
Let me just say this. Never, again, covering high school football for 20 years, have I seen a clock and a scoreboard with just the time and the score and no down and distance. So I'm not sure why that is, but it's happening. So it's 4th and goal from the 20. A big 4th down defensive stop here for the Cats.
Another
and
flag.
A penalty marker down again. It might be a false start against Verrado. Indeed, it's a false start. So instead of 4th and goal from the 20, it's 4th and goal from the 25.
If I'm Verrado's coaching staff, I would not be happy with this right now.
No.
I mean, they've probably had maybe 5-6 flags already on Verrado this game.
Yeah, Coach Dustin Johnson. So 7-3 this season, 3-2 in the 5A Desert West region. Again, a 2-game losing streak, so not what you want to see going into the playoffs. But now they're backed up. It's 4th and 25. And you know Santiago has the arm, and he's fearless. So he's going to throw one toward the end zone here and go for broke. Santiago back to throw. Looks near side. Cranks it to the corner. A lot of great
Flag.
coverage. That was great coverage in the corner. So you had Santana and you had Handgartner, and they both had their hands up. Like, what was wrong with that?
There was a little bit of, I mean, personally, I saw a
Elias had his back to the play, but if there's no contact there.
just a, yeah, there was not enough contact to throw a flag there, but there was a barely baby bit of, like, maybe a jersey tug on the back.
So there were I believe two penalties, and Nick Irvin, tell me if I'm wrong here. I thought I saw two penalties, one against the offense, one against the defense, but it looks like it's a penalty against the defense. So moving it forward here, and it should be a replay of 4th down. So the ball's placed at the 15-yard line. Again, these refs have been, I would say, over-officious. I mean, call a penalty if it's a penalty. I didn't see pass interference on that. You had two defensive backs bracketing the receiver. Yes, Santana had his back to the play, but no contact.
That's right. I feel like there was not enough contact there at all to call a flag.
There's no contact. And Handgartner, the cover linebacker who is spelling Spizu Gonzalez tonight on defense, was right there as well, and they bracketed that receiver. So you still see Handgartner talking to the official. And you always wonder about officiating, and you always wonder about going to different places and having local officials, and will they have an influence or a bias on the effect or outcome of the game? So now a timeout here taken by the Vipers.
That's right. One last thing to pick up on what you said. You said that we need, or any team needs momentum going into the playoffs. So those two losses probably really hurt the morale of the Vipers.
Yes.
So Cienega, coming off 6 wins, trying to go for their 7th in the first playoff game they've played, already having the momentum, already having the bonds with each other, going in here, and it's just as smooth as butter. They're just going and doing what they do.
Well, this is a big play here. There's no doubt for both sides. For the Vipers, again, they're at the 15, so they could elect to kick a field goal, but it looks like they're going for it. So 4th and goal from the 15-yard line. Their gunslinging quarterback, Eric Santiago. We've seen him making plays with his feet and buying some extra time and rolling to his right and throwing off of his rollouts. And he's been very accurate here and also fearless in throwing the ball toward the end zone. So 4 wideouts, 2 far side, 2 near side. A single running back is there to pass block for Eric Santiago. The play to watch out for is Trey Nelson, 88, who's lined up near side to us. And a little crossing route to the corner.
Picked off.
Intercepted. And it's Yaya Santana, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. So he's on the end line there, the back line. And it doesn't matter. Elias was tracking, was reading the free safety. We see him, the X factor, as that ball-hawking defensive back and also a punt and kick returner. And I see him chirping a little bit there as he comes off the field.
Yeah,
small in stature, but he's got a big heart.
He's not happy about that call. After the play, he went up to the ref, patted him on the back, probably said something like, "Great call."
You got to be careful.
Elias has a
that's so Elias, right? He's very snappy. You got to pay attention, right? He'll just throw out zingers one after the other. So, but a great job there defensively and a big stop for the Bobcats, and they'll take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 15. 5:48 on the clock, 2nd quarter. Bobcats on top, 14-8. Want to thank you for tuning in to Bobcat Radio. If you're watching this stream on NFHS, I'm wondering, is the score still listed as 0-0? Because that's what it showed last week, and you're just following basically a security camera, panning left and right. All right, so little handoff goes to the near side, and it will be a gain of about 8 on the carry. And that's 28, and that's Edgar Garcia. So he is running back 3 for the Bobcats. He would be running back number 1 going into next season, averaging 8.6 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. The Bobcats have 3 viable runners. You've got 22 Richie McCormick, 32 Cole McFarland, and 28 Edgar Garcia, who is the junior. And Garcia is at tailback right now. Karan Watson at wide receiver near side to us. Handoff goes to Edgar Garcia. He threads his way forward, and he picks up enough for a 1st down. So 4 yards and a 1st.
Edgar Garcia, again, a great, underrated, diamond in the rough running back. He's been great this season. I mean, he just finds the holes, and he's explosive. He's a great running back.
No doubt. No doubt about it. Bobcats, 1st and 10 from their own 27, going right to left, all in white, very Penn State. So think about Penn State, the Nittany Lions. That's what their uniforms look like tonight for me. And I love that classic look there from Penn State. So it's Brady Belts on the jet sweep. Brady near side finds, nasty tackle. Very nasty, and there's a penalty down here. So a dangerous tackle there in space. Good to see Brady pop up very quickly. The tackle was by number 3, Juan Virgin, the junior. 62 tackles on the season.
Great tackle, tracked him down. Brady Belt also with a lot of speed coming around that corner.
So this penalty is against
Cienega.
I did not see the indication. It's a hold going against the Cats. So it'll back them up, and they're looking at a first down. And again, no help from the clock or the scoreboard operator. So I'm just looking at the field and the sticks on the field. And I'm going to say it's first down and 17.
Probably something around there.
Yes.
The score has not.
It's exactly that. I'm looking at it. I can count it. It's 17 yards. So first and 17. Karan Watson on the top of your screen. On the bottom, it's Brady Belts and Gunnar Hernandez in the slot. And a little play to the far side to C.J. Handgartner. Oh, he puts on the brakes and now goes back to the outside and picks up a first down. A great catch there, a catch and run. A little stop and go by C.J. Handgartner. Long live the king. All hail the king, the homecoming king.
Shifty player. I mean, just a great player. He's a small wide receiver, just like Brady Belts, but do not let that fool you. Again, he has the speed and he has the shiftiness to make you miss him.
I love it. Put on the brakes. You had a defender there who with broken ankles. So first and 10 for the Cats from the 44-yard line. Little pitch here goes far side. Richie McCormick. Oh, actually, that's Edgar Garcia. So Edgar picks up 7, and there's a late flag. Now, what's this penalty going to be? A little bit of extra action there on the far side, and it looks like it's number 4, who is Colin Tibbs from Verrado, and it might be a penalty against him, a 15-yarder most likely.
Pushing Richie McCormack into his own team.
Or Edgar Garcia on the carry.
Oh, Edgar Garcia, sorry.
No, it's good. You're good,
The Cienega fans chanting, "You cannot do that."
Oh, that's great. It must be there must be students. There must be students over there, Caden. That's a student chant. There's no doubt. Wow, you can see this the tenor of the game, the mood, the climate here on the campus of Verrado. You know, it's tenuous. There's a lot of people on edge right now. You can kind of feel it. You can see things, potentially devolving quickly. The Bobcats have first and 10 at the 35-yard line of Verrado.
The loser goes home, and nobody wants to do that so fast.
Nope. It's the playoffs. The finality of the playoffs is what makes it so spellbinding. Let's just call it like that. First and 10. Cherry hands off to Edgar Garcia. He somehow gets away and gets across to the 30-yard line. So a 5-yard carry by Edgar Garcia. Those legs are always churning, moving forward, pitter-pattering of the feet.
That's right, what we said.
And now a late call again. So this one's going to be for some talking.
There's been a lot of that tonight.
It would be somebody's job tonight to just keep stats and to chronicle how many flags have been thrown.
Oh, somebody has something on their helmet.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Verrado. Now you've got boos here from the Viper fans. That's what your squad's getting in trouble for, is that kind of sportsmanship.
That's right.
And again, you've got the student section. Actually, love that chant.
You can't do that.
I love
it. Just getting loud over there.
You can't do that. Clap, 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 clap. So timeout here taken by Verrado with 3:25 on the clock in the second quarter. The Bobcats of Cienega on the march. The ball's placed at the 15-yard line where they will have, is it first down and 10 from the 15?
Yes, because of the penalty. But, I mean, you couldn't really tell with that scoreboard over there.
No, you can't tell anything here. So it's, it's almost like, I don't know, just take a guess. I don't know if they communicate with smoke signals here, but it's possible. Because I know we sent some correspondence to the athletic director from Verrado, as well as the district athletic director. And I know it's hard in the 21st century to hit reply because nobody has internet access and nobody has email. Oh, wait, everybody has that access. So it's puzzling to me, but whatever. I like to be fueled sometimes with a little bit of fire. So we'll take that and we'll run with it with Bobcat TV. So it's going to be first and 10 from the 15-yard line of Verrado.
Now, I would not say that these two teams have bad blood because I don't think they've ever met in football before. But, I mean, the tension is high between every player.
I know Pat Nugent would know. I know Neimer Hassey would know. I know they know this. I don't know. I don't remember seeing them in football, but it's possible. So many games. So first and 10 here for the Cats. 3:25 on the clock. Cats going right to left. Cherry in the pistol. Handoff to Edgar Garcia to the right side. Edgar rolls forward for about 3. 2nd down and 7. Tick-tock goes the clock, 3:15 on the clock, second quarter. The Bobcats have 2 timeouts left. Verrado has 1 timeout left. The Cats content to milk some clock here, keep churning forward. Of course, the goal would be to pick up a 1st down. And certainly they have aspirations of scoring 6. So a touchdown here would be a big lift for the Bobcats late in the second quarter.
That's right, snapping the ball on the 13, 12-yard line, and in the red zone, the Cats.
Brady Belt's near side, a target to look out for. And a handoff goes up the middle to Edgar Garcia. I'm always tracking Braden Cherry because he's always, even when he hands off the ball, he's always rolling as if he's got the ball and is going to throw it. So, you know, they're just kind of waiting to uncork another play-action pass and kind of spring one of their great targets down the field.
But that's his jam, though. He loves play action.
That is his jam. My jam's Blueberry Fago. We listened to that when we rolled up here to Verrado. Love it. Sorry, it may not be all completely appropriate, but we listened to the edited version. It was a clean version that we listened to in Bobcat TV. So Jerry Brown, if you're listening from transportation, and that whole crew, thank you for hooking us up with the van. Now it's 3rd down and 5. 2 minutes on the clock. Cherry back to throw. Pumps, fires, goes corner. He's got a target. Touchdown, Karan Watson. There it is.
Touchdown, Karan Watson.
Easy,
Again.
peasy, lemon squeezy, 10 yards on the reception.
Now, the whole Verrado defense just looks confused almost, like what just happened. And the refs, when they put their hands up, did not seem enthusiastic about it. But, hey, that happens.
Nick Irvin loves it. So it's 20 now to 8 Bobcats. A big strike there. Karan Watson, 10 yards on the touchdown reception. It was Braden Cherry, the pump fake down the middle, and then finding a wide open on the near side, a little out route here for Karan Watson. And now Sean Cadena on the extra point, and the super sophomore.
3 for 3.
He's like, this is easy. It's like practice, coach. Talked to Kevin McDonald, the great special teams coach from Cienega earlier today, and you see him here shaking the hand of Sean Cadena as he comes off the field, a little pat on top of the helmet. But he's like, hey, Cadena's been doing it at JV all year. I've been working with him all week. He's got it down, and we have the highest confidence in him, in his abilities as a kicker here tonight. So a great job, 3 for 3 for the sophomore, Sean Cadena. And I saw him this morning today, and I said, listen, kiddo, you got this. We believe in you. As you're driving on the bus, heading up to Buckeye, visualize doing your kicks. Visualize your extra points. Go through your routine. We have faith in you. We believe in you. You're going to have a great game tonight.
That's right. He's an athlete. He's a multi-sport player, soccer, football.
Yes.
He just does it all. He's a great kid.
All right, so we got Sean Cadena, 33, on the kickoff. And a high kickoff here. It'll be fielded at about the 20-yard line. Oh, it's a little botch here. The ball's down on the ground. It's a scrum. No, a lot of motion here down at the 20-yard line. Who's got the ball? Got players from both teams always pointing in their team's direction. Got at least 7 Cats there who are pointing their direction here. This would be a huge turnover. And a late flag. Another one.
Probably on Cienega talking to the ref.
Like stupid DJ Khaled. Another one. Another flag. All right, let's sort this out.
During the scramble, there was a flag on the field.
The Verrado stands not too happy about it.
Well, it appears that Verrado recovered the muffed
Verrado with the recovery. First
kickoff.
down, Vipers.
So the Vipers have 1st and 10. The penalty, I believe, is unsportsmanlike against Cienega. So you've seen unsportsmanlike calls going in both directions, as well as a litany of flags. Like, we're definitely in the teens, I would say the mid-teens for penalties here. So 1:48 on the clock, second quarter. Verrado has 1 timeout and better field position now because of that penalty. They've got 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line and a dangerous quarterback in Eric Santiago, the gunslinger, number 7.
That's right, and the one who muffed the kickoff, number 24, the captain, Cameron Coronado, senior, 5'8", 155 pounds. probably unlikely for him to do that. And a great gain and catch by number 4, Colin Tibbs.
That's a good tackle across the way there. You couldn't see it, but JoJo Parker locked up his guy. Colin Tibbs picks up 12 in the first down reception, but JoJo Parker there, a very strong physical tackle, and kind of took control of that one. So the clock will stop momentarily. 1:36 on the clock here. Actually, the scoreboard operator not doing their job, like not stopping the clock. Hey, that's fine. Let the clock run. Fine with me. 1:28 and counting. Santiago back to throw. Under pressure. Gio Tobias was right there. And a great catch here near side. It'll be a gain of 7 on the reception by Julian Virgin.
And one thing I just saw that I wanted to point out, number 2, Elias Santana, helping that player up. We love to see good sportsmanship around here. It's just a great thing to see.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a penalty. It's probably going to be offsides here against the Cats. Oh, actually, it was just spiking the football to stop the clock. So a good job there by Santiago. And the clock stops now with 1:03 on the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for Verrado. The ball is at the Bobcat 45-yard line. But, you know, a minute 3 on the clock is plenty of time. You've got Santiago. He can hit the end zone from the 45, so they're in striking distance right here.
That's
the clock, not much of a factor. Plus, Verrado has 1 timeout. The Bobcats have 2 if they choose to use one here to set something up defensively. Big D, Damian Orozco, hustles off the field. And here comes Big G, Garrett Montgomery, 56, on the defensive line in the interior. Good pass protection here for Santiago. Going down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver. It's open, and it's a touchdown. Wow, what a catch. 45 yards on the reception by J.D. Alicea.
Okay, a couple things I wanted to point out there. As we said before, J.D. Alicea, number 1, probably one of the quickest guys on this field. Fast, short, but fast. Amazing catch. Burned him, and as you said, number 7, Eric Santiago, can throw it. He chucked it probably 40 yards. But after the play, JD got all up in his face, talked down to him. Not okay, just like we said, the sportsmanship.
Yeah, well, you gotta stay focused. There's no other way to say it. And Santiago, the gunslinger, like on cue, 45 yards on the touchdown strike to J.D. Alicea. Alicea has been close, but he, kind of lights up the stat sheet coming in. Now he's got 7 touchdowns on the season, and the extra point attempted here by Giovanni Bonessi. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. And now the Vipers getting close here.
Yeah, these teams are just going at it tonight. 56 seconds left in the second quarter before halftime, and it looks like Verrado is going to have an amazing band performance for the halftime show.
They have quite a setup there. It's almost like a mobile scaffolding unit that they've got set up on wheels.
That's right.
And they've got some banners hanging from it, so it kind of looks like the kind of structural thing you might see going to a concert. I'm thinking of Lollapalooza back in the day. So it should be a great halftime performance. But we've got 56 seconds on the clock here. And the Bobcats have got to kind of lock things up here. Maybe a little bit of loss of focus. But Alicea, a great catch, 45 yards. Kind of a streak, a little bit of a skinny post, kind of between the hash mark near side and the numbers near side for us, going left to right. And a great delivery by Eric Santiago. And the Vipers now crawling back, well, slithering back here. Just down 6 now, 21-15, with 56 seconds on the clock in the second quarter.
And one thing I wanted to say was thank you to the cheerleaders of Cienega for coming out here 3 hours, 2.5 hours, all the way out here to cheer for our amazing fan base. Just great commitment.
Yes. Yeah, it's a war party, right? We're part of that too. You got the players, the coaches, they're essential. You got the cheerleaders, you got the band, you have the managers, you have the trainers, and you've got Bobcat TV. A little flick here. Here goes Elias going to the far side. Boy, that was a little bit sloppy. Across the 40, and a penalty marker is down. It seemed like a wild, you had, I don't know if it was Karan Watson who returned that. He was going toward the near side, and he just kind of flicked the ball over to the far side. Elias snatched it and took off. Let's see what the penalty is.
The ref
holding against the Bobcats, so a 10-yard penalty for the Cats. Now, you've got 48.9 seconds. You also have 2 timeouts. The Bobcats, if they wanted to, could try to force the issue here and push the ball down the field. I'm trying to remember who received the opening kickoff of the game.
I believe it was Verrado because they had, yep, it was Verrado on this side of the field. Cienega receives in the third quarter.
Good. So to know that they're getting the ball in the second half, it might change your play calling here. The Cats have a wide open formation. Nobody in the backfield other than Braden Cherry in the pistol.
Trips.
3 wideouts near side. Jimmy Diaz is closest to us here, bottom of the screen. Cherry's going far side. There's Gunnar Hernandez. He picks up 20 and a first down to the 45-yard line. Now the clock stops here. Again, delayed. I'm watching the clock. So an extra 0.6 seconds rolled off of the clock there. And the chains will move forward. Once the chains had been set, now they're starting the clock too early. So we're seeing 3-4 seconds drift off here. Don't like to see it at all. Down the middle, dangerous. Intended for Gavin Peterson, incomplete. There were 2 Vipers there in coverage lurking. Cameron Coronado was one of them. Lockstep with Gavin Peterson. 30.4 seconds on the clock. And the Cats have 2nd and 10 from their own 45.
Number 12 for the Cats, Christian Hawkins. Have not seen him a lot on the offensive side, but he's out there right now as a wide receiver.
Yep, they'll sub him in. He's one of those Cats that they'll rotate. So you've got him in a trio near side. You've got Gavin Peterson, Christian Hawkins, and Jimmy Diaz. Top of the screen, you've got Cole McFarland lined up at wide receiver. Screen pass to Hawkins. You called him. Little setter step here. Now back to the outside, across the 50 to the 45, and a first down for the Cats. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Add 3 seconds to the clock. I mean, this is kind of egregious here. There's no other way to say it. So when you've got extra seconds dripping off of your clock, it's your job. You have 2 jobs as a scoreboard operator. One is to push buttons, and one is to stop the clock. You put the score on the clock. You take the timeouts off the scoreboard. Ideally, you put down in distance, which is too much here tonight, but you stop the clock when the ball is stopped.
Now, I agree with that, but I'd imagine this next play from Cienega is going to be a pass. I mean, Verrado would probably expect that too, considering there's only 18 seconds left, 21.
And a bad spot, let's just be honest here. So I saw it clear as could be, right in front of me. Enough for a first down. Streaking forward, Christian Hawkins. They marked him a yard short, so now it's 3rd down and 1. 18.1 seconds on the clock, plus the 4 or 5 seconds that have dripped off here, magically evaporated at Verrado High School because of an inept scoreboard operator asleep at the wheel. Cherry back to throw.
Deep.
Under pressure. Corks it, fires. Near side, Jimmy Diaz. Great coverage there. Excellent coverage and pass defense by Colin Tibbs to break that one up. Diaz was there, but Tibbs closed late and did a great job on coverage. It was a clean play.
That was good defense. Jimmy Diaz, again, one of those players that we almost
Almost went across the field. He was far side and almost went all the way across the field here to the near side. A big pass. Cherry just got rid of that football. There was a Viper who was putting big pressure on him from behind. So now 10.8 seconds on the clock, and it's 4th down for the Bobcats. So the Cats here will likely, try to evaporate this clock. Again, you just need a single yard, maybe a hard count here. Cole McFarland, a little play action, and now swinging it out to Cole. Nice pass, nice catch. Cole to the outside, bounces to the 40, goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Stop the clock. It should be 2.7 seconds, not 1.8.
Wow.
Jimmy
Great
Crickets.
Wow. Braden Cherry has been receiving pressure for the last couple plays here. And that scorekeeper, whatever, timekeeper is not the best.
Say this all the time, but this time I mean it. I am writing a very strongly worded letter, and I'm sending it straight to the top here at the Buckeye Unified School District. Whoever I need to send this letter to, it's going to be pointed. The criticism's going to be harsh. It's going to be sharp. It'll be polite, cordial, and professional, but there are some problems here. So it's going to be first down for the Cats. The ball's at the 38-yard line. You've got 3 wideouts near side, and Cole McFarland there to pass block for Braden Cherry. Watch out for Jimmy Diaz, who is bottom of the screen. Cranking it to the far side here, and incomplete, looking for Gunnar Hernandez. We'll go to halftime with the Bobcats a 6-point lead at 21-15. Give us a quick whatever analysis that you've got here, and then Caden, you and I've got to take a break.
Okay, I agree. I would say there are a couple playmakers tonight for Cienega and Verrado. For Verrado, I'd probably say Colin Tibbs has been very, very good tonight. So has Eric Santiago.
Yep, the quarterback.
JD Alicia has had a 45-yard bomb of a touchdown. Erickson Santiago again throwing both of those. For Cienega, we've had Jimmy Diaz catching. Braden Cherry throwing. We've had very good run game. I'd say especially with Edgar Garcia, definitely a playmaker tonight. Same with Cole McFarland and Jimmy McCormick. And I think it's going to be a tight night, a very tension-filled night.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be tense. We thought it was going to be close. We knew that they were matched up very closely on paper. You can't tell until you get all those pieces on the board and they start matching up. You can't really tell like the physicality. You can't really determine like how fast players are. When you match them up, that's when you see like all the cards on the table. The Bobcats here, a strong first half. A couple mistakes, right? Like that roughing the punter was a costly mistake. A couple of personal fouls have been costly as well. And then maybe a little bit of a letdown of concentration late in the second quarter, and that 45-yard touchdown strike from Santiago to Alicea, and giving the Verrado Vipers a little bit of momentum going into the locker room at halftime. And then again, like just some curious scoreboard and clock operation here at Verrado. You never want to see that.
That's right. And one thing.
Do your job and be on the game a little bit, man. Like, be heads up here. Come on.
That's right. And thank you to everybody tuning in to Bobcat TV and watching us, even though we could not have our cameras out here.
That's right. Bobcat Radio tonight.
That's right.
Bobcat Radio by default. Let me just promise you this. Where the Cats go, so shall Bobcat TV or Bobcat Radio, whatever iteration that we've got, whatever permission that the schools can graciously give to us, we will take. And if they give us very little, we're going to take the radio call. So that's what we're doing here tonight. And you couldn't stop us. Like, it would take, the State Highway Patrol to stop us from rolling through here. We will travel as far as this team goes. And, of course, we're looking forward to winter sports. We'll take a break for the winter. But then we'll come back. We've got boys and girls basketball, boys and girls soccer, wrestling, and, of course, the spring sports. We'll be all over those as well. So where the Bobcat athletes go, so shall Bobcat TV. So let's take a break.
All right,
synchronize your watches. It's 13 minutes on the halftime clock here. Plus, they always add 3 minutes. So if you want to put 13 minutes on your clock or 16, it's 8:20. So around 8:33, we shall return. So for Caden Obrenovich, who's been dynamite tonight on color, I'm Jason Miller, and we'll be back in 13 minutes right here on Bobcat. back in action. Bobcat Radio getting set for the second half of action. The Vipers of Verrado going left to right will be kicking off to the Bobcats of Cienega going right to left. Cats all in white. I've got some stats from halftime. Pulled these from Eric Tatham, the great softball coach, assistant athletic director from Cienega High School. And it's a good time to throw a shout out to my principal, Kim Middleton, assistant principal, Chris Widosh, and Steph Magnuson, and Brenna Torres, and our athletic director, Chris DeRozier, a great crew at Cienega High School. So Braden Cherry, 7 for 8, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eric Santiago, 11 for 18, 161 yards, and 1 touchdown. Those are the big numbers here statistically on offense. Here's Yaya Santana going right to left, stutter step stops across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A good return there by Elias Yaya Santana, who I'd imagine, Caden, has got super fresh legs. He's got the last 2 weeks off. He's probably raring to go here tonight.
I definitely agree with that. Even when he didn't have the 2 weeks off, he was already an amazing player. Yaya, Elias Santana, just a great overall player. Speedy, fast, always has a good return.
Electric, also charismatic, a leader there for those Cats in special teams and on defense. Looking across the way, a couple of fatheads, I think they are. You've got Richie McCormick, and I think that's Nolan Baker, although it might be Brady Belt. It's hard to see from across the way. Oh, here's a bad snap! And Braden Cherry just kind of goes over and smothers that one. So it'll be a loss of maybe 8 yards, and it'll set up a 2nd down and 18 for the Bobcats.
Yes, it looked like a little miscommunication there with the center and Braden Cherry, or maybe just a bad snap, one of the two. Either way, it went 8 yards backwards instead of forwards.
2nd down and 18. Brody Coleman on the top of the screen. 4 wideouts near side for the Bobcats, and we've got penalties here as Braden Cherry fires a strike to C.J. Handgartner on a quick out. But maybe a legal procedure here against the Cats, or maybe an illegal formation. It was almost like they had a bunch group, almost like a diamond shape near side to us, with Coleman on the top side of the screen.
So what do you think they talked about in the locker room with Coach Hargraves?
I don't know. I can tell you I was in the locker room, and it's always interesting to pop in there. Gave a lot of fist bumps to players on the way out. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a penalty here against the Cats, a false start. Speaking of penalties, 9 penalties against the Bobcats for 105 yards in the first half. 12 penalties for 125 against Verrado in the first half. So 21 total penalties for a grand total of 230 yards in the first half. Again, the referees here calling it very tight. And again, some penalties I think that shouldn't have been penalties. Braden Cherry back to throw, 2nd down. Got time. Flare pass near side. Karan Watson, a good tackle in the open field by number 4, Mr. Colin Tibbs.
As number 4, Colin Tibbs, as we said, already getting in people's face before. Now he just walked over Karan Watson after he tackled him. I mean, it was a good tackle, but there's, again, no need for that extra little, you know.
That little extra something that's not exactly sportsmanlike, but it's part of it, right? These guys are battling and battling and battling.
That's right.
But it's something to kind of like monitor. So it's going to be a 3rd down and long, and we'll call it 23.
Brody Coleman over playing tight end.
Yeah, might be in there. He's in there for pass protection only right now. Cherry back to throw. Down the middle. Some jostling and some shoving. And a great interception there by the Verrado Vipers. It was Cameron Coronado, 24, who did a great job there backpedaling. And it was a little one-on-one contest between him and C.J. Handgartner.
It looks like C.J. Handgartner is looking for that flag.
He was saying it was a push-off. He pushed off on me. But, you know, it's falling on, unfortunately, unlistening ears by the referees. So a big turnover here for Verrado, and they've got 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. But the locker room, I don't know what was said. My focus was talking to Eric Tatham, getting stats. It took so long, Caden, to, I mean, we're looking across the way. You go across the field, you go across the parking lot, and then there's, you know, you have to keep going further, and there's a locker room way over there. So just to trek over there took about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's...
And I didn't want to be in there. Of course, I'd love to be a fly on the wall, but it was just fist bumps for the players and getting stats from E.T., my guy Eric Tatham, the great softball coach. All right, little jet sweep here, goes to the far side. It's J.D. Alisea, great speed. Boy, you saw him just kind of hit the jets there.
Yeah.
And he picks up 4 yards on the carry.
So one of the things on offense that we have seen a little bit in this second half already is Verrado playing aggressive hype. Like, they're more hype than they were in the first half, but they went into that locker room hype after playing great defense before the end of the half.
Well, and then you get a big momentum boost because you have an interception there. So Cameron Coronado, the senior safety from Verrado, the great interception there, just playing the ball and also maybe a little push off there on C.J. Handgartner. But it's 2nd down and 7 for the Vipers from their own 45. Coming in motion near side, J.D. Alisea. Little play action, pass across the middle. Nice catch there by Tibbs. And Tibbs has blow-away speed, and he keeps his feet, and it will be a touchdown by Colin Tibbs. 55 yards on the catch and run by Colin Tibbs.
A great catch, outstanding speed, almost so much speed that he almost tripped over his own feet. Good thing he recovered, ran it in for the touchdown. I mean, how many yards is that?
55.
55-yard touchdown. I mean,
so
that was some speed.
He's got 2 touchdowns now, a 24-yard catch to open the scoring for the Vipers. And moments ago, 55 yards on the catch and run. Almost lost his footing, but was able to keep his balance and then was able to just coast into the end zone. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Vipers now reclaim the lead, 22-21. And again, they had a 2-point conversion earlier, so that's looming large here in the score on the clock.
As we said before, the momentum that this team has came out with after that pick, just crazy. They're turned up right now. Everybody on the sideline jumping. The coaches pushing each other. Just great to watch.
Well, it's a big momentum boost here. You've got the Viper faithful who are feeling it as well, and they're being energized by the play on the field by these Vipers. Again, it was an interception by Cameron Coronado, and then the quick strike, 55 yards on the catch and run by Colin Tibbs from Eric Santiago, and the extra point by Giovanni Bonessi, and the Vipers have reclaimed the lead. 22-21.
As we thought it was going to be tight, it sure is. The Cienega, no doubt that they can easily come back. Their offense has been amazing this game. Only 1 mistake so far with that little interception. That's all right, though. Braden Cherry. Yep.
will
bounce right back, I have no doubt.
Yep, I agree. So here's a kickoff. Drifting back to his 5, Elias Santana. He's got to reach up and catch that one. Now coming near side, looking for a block, trying to hit the corner. And he slices his way forward to the 30-yard line. There was a grab there of his shoulder pads. And now a late penalty here. Again. So you see the refs, like, they will throw the flag into the air almost as high as they can. And I'm going back to Jarts back in, like, the 80s and 70s. But that was a high flag. Let's see what this penalty is. We haven't had enough penalties tonight, so we need more of them. Personal foul against Verrado, a 15-yard penalty. Yeah, everybody loves penalties, so we need more of those. So 15 yards here. And the Bobcats, instead of being at their own 30, will be set up at their own 45-yard line. Much better field position. So these costly penalties, which I can only imagine, Caden, is jib-jab. Yeah, kids running their mouths and being, you know, lippy to the other team and the officials, perhaps.
Completely agree with that. One thing I did notice, I'm not sure what it is, but number 54 on Cienega, his name is Nolan Baker, the DN and tackle.
Yes.
He has something on the top of his helmet.
Yeah, he does.
It looks like a sticker maybe.
Yes, yes he does. And that sets him apart from the rest of his teammates. I'm not sure what that is. I just thought it was kind of like a decoration, but it might be there for extra support to protect him. So 1st and 10 Cats from their own 45. Pitch to the far side, Cole McFarland. Cole gets the edge, and Cole's flying now. 17 yards and a 1st down for Cole McFarland.
And wow.
The more carries he gets, the warmer he gets.
That's right. Cole is just speed. That's just what he is.
Got that speed to get to the edge and turn on the jets and turn it upfield.
Yep.
And we've got managers, I guess, from Cienega running across the field. There's an injured, sorry, those are managers and trainers from Verrado. There's an injured Viper on the far sideline at the 40-yard line.
Oh, it looks like he tripped over Cole McFarland on that run.
Can you spy which number that is?
24.
24. So 24 is Cameron Coronado, the senior punter who also had an interception here. Good to see him pop up. And he's walking off here with a little bit of assistance coming far side to near side. 9 minutes on the clock, third quarter. Verrado on top, 22-21. And the Bobcats are huddled across the way, getting that line kind of talking to one another. So let me hit the offense because I've been remiss here. If we were doing our normal broadcast, of course, Nick Irvin would have the dazzling graphics and the visuals that accompany those. But on radio tonight, it's going to be left tackle Ethan Shockmill, left guard Anthony Murrieta. The center is Landon Hall at right guard, Garrett Montgomery at right tackle, Nolan Baker. And, you know, you've got C.J. Handgartner, Karan Watson, Brady Belts at wide receiver. You have Christian Hawkins and Gavin Peterson and Gunnar Hernandez, who also sub in at that position. And again, in case you're wondering, there's another penalty marker down on the play. False start against the Bobcats. So it'll drop them back 5 yards. They'll have 1st and 15 from the 50-yard line.
And after the play, again, more bad blood between these two teams.
Yeah,
it's just so tense right now between every player. Number 18 for the Bobcats, Gavin Peterson, looks like he, I don't know, maybe accidentally pushed down one of the Verrado corners and
maybe accidentally, maybe on purpose.
One of the two.
I didn't see it, so you saw it, Caden. So 1st and 15. And play action. Now rolling to his left and firing in traffic. There's Brody Coleman, a big catch in traffic. And that will be a gain of about 14. It'll set up a 2nd and short for the Cats. So Coleman's been very quiet. He had the breakout game at Mountain View where he went off, and he had 2 touchdown receptions on that night. Since that point in time, he's been very quiet. And I don't know if it's because they need him as a pass-blocking tight end or they just haven't found the opportunity to go to him. But he has hands. He's got the size. And for me, he's a great red zone target for the Bobcats.
I agree. He's just a big guy. You could just throw it up to him, rely on him. And for blocking, too, he's also a big guy. He could probably hold anybody else in that field.
Yep, 6'5", 230. Brody Coleman, number 83, the senior. Handoff, near side, Cole McFarland. Little stop and go. And he lowers the shoulder, picks up 5, and a 1st down for the Bobcats. It was number 5 on the tackle, Julian Virgin, as well as number 10, Nathan Bilski for Verrado. So 8-10, the clock stops momentarily. And it's 1st and 10, Cienega from the Verrado 29-yard line. I want to thank our listeners, our loyal listeners, our viewers out there. We appreciate the support always. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Jason Miller, along with Caden Obrenovich, a super sophomore from Cienega on Bobcat TV, Bobcat Radio tonight. Jimmy Diaz lined out to the far side, a bunch there, and it's Christian Hawkins, blue, on the little jet sweep, and Christian picks up 3, setting up 2nd and 7.
As we said before, he is more of a defensive player. I mean, you can see him, I don't know, I'd say, oh, actually, who was it that we were talking about earlier?
I don't know. It wasn't Christian Hawkins.
No,
was
it wasn't.
Jimmy?
Oh, Gavin Peterson.
Gavin Peterson.
That's what his name
Okay,
is.
Gavin Peterson.
Yeah, number 18.
Yes.
Wide receiver 5.
Yes. Yes.
Good player.
But, you know, I don't even want to rank them like that. Like,
Yeah.
to me, they're all interchangeable pieces. They're all talented. They all have, like, similar skill sets. They're all fast. They all run good routes. They all got great hands. 2nd and 7. Cherry back to throw. Far side.
Ooh.
Boy, he really threaded that needle. Very dangerous pass there. You heard a lot of oohs from the crowd here near side because he just threaded that, and Jimmy Diaz makes the reception and picks up 4, and now it's 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, even I had to throw in a little ooh there.
I held my breath for a half moment.
Yeah, I mean, he really threaded the needle there. It's very close to interception.
3rd down and 3. And Braden Cherry gets the play call from the offensive coordinator, Lewis Nightingale. You've got Christian Hawkins and Jimmy Diaz near side. You've got Gavin Peterson far side along with Brody Coleman. And you've got Cole McFarland at tailback. A pitch to the far side to Cole. Cole just tries to hammer his way forward. He's not got enough for the 1st down. So maybe a gain of 2. And maybe decision here for the Cats, right? So the ball will be at about the 22-yard line. They could attempt to go for a field goal, but that's putting a lot of pressure on that sophomore making his debut on the varsity level. The Cats are going to go for it. 4th and 1. You've got McFarland at tailback. Braden Cherry could go hard count here and try to draw the offsides. I think he's got it.
No
You saw a lot of movement there on that defensive front,
Oh my gosh.
but no call. And now here's the play. McFarland. Well, he should have forward momentum here. You got the official on the far side who is marking the spot, and I think Cole does have a first down. Let's see where the marker is.
Definitely have a couple comments about that. They jumped off sides. Verrado jumped off sides
Correct.
about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times.
Correct.
No call.
Correct.
Still got the first down because
Yes.
we're like that.
Oh, it's always good. The boos make me feel warmer, honestly, so it warms my heart. So 1st and 10 Cats from the 19-yard line. But you're right, there was definitely movement on that defensive
So
front.
much.
And for these officials who have been so quick to reach for the flags, not a movement on that one. 1st and 10 Cats, a trio of wideouts near side. Now Gavin Peterson goes far side. Quick slant screen here near side to Christian Hawkins. Makes the catch across the 15 to the 10-yard line. And it will be a gain of about 9 on the catch there. Good tackle by 24 and 22. 22 is Connor Ging and 24 is Cameron Coronado. 4:52 on the clock, 3rd quarter. Verrado up 22-21, but the Cats are driving. 2nd and 2 from the Verrado 11-yard line.
In the red zone, the Cats thrive. I definitely think all night in the red zone they have been successful for scoring a touchdown.
Dangerous, right? You've got Colin Tibbs, who goes both ways, who is slotted at left corner on the top of your screen. The Bobcats have Jimmy Diaz and Christian Hawkins going far side. Brody Coleman near side. You might want to go Brody Coleman here with the height advantage, who is down at the bottom of the screen. Little jet sweep, it's fumbled. A great job there by Gavin Peterson to corral that one and just to bring it in, because the ball bounced wickedly. He fortuitously grabbed it left hand, corralled it, and just fell and smothered on it, but very dangerous there.
Good reflexes, like a cat there. I mean, it was kind of a bad little handoff, uncoordinated, but good thing he got a hold of it. Lost a couple of yards, but at least they didn't lose the ball.
The Cats have options, right? You could do a little pump fake to the center and then maybe do a little fade route to either corner. You've got Brody Coleman at 6'5". You also have, and that's Travis Kelce's size, in case you're wondering. I'm not saying he's Travis Kelce, but he's that size. And then you've got the other great tight end, Rob Gronkowski, who is 6'6". So that gives you a little bit of indicator as to how tall Coleman is. Jimmy Diaz near side to us has been a favorite target for Braden Cherry. Cherry goes here near side to Jimmy. Off his hand, and he was held. There's an interference call. We have a marker down in the play. There's no doubt the corner that was there locked up on Diaz grabbed his left arm.
That's right. Great flag by the ref, actually. I mean, that was good eyes. But one thing about Cienega's offense, they're unlike any offense I've ever seen. They're so dynamic. They can run the ball, pass the ball, option, play action. They can do anything they want to, and they can succeed at it all.
Well, Diaz is feeling it tonight, and he was delayed in getting out of the locker room. Saw Deja White. Oh, we have the referee mic'd up here. So finally, I'm not sure what's going on technically here, but the referee is mic'd up apparently, and it's good to hear his voice. So obviously pass interference on the defense. The Bobcats now have 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. But Diaz, he has a back plate that guards his back from hits. And Deja White, one of the trainers, Dan Brown is the trainer's manager, does such a great job. Actually, that's Joe Urquia Islas, who is the trainer's manager. But they were just trying to get that cinched up and tied up and clipped on. And Diaz here feeling it tonight. He's got a touchdown earlier and also one of those shutdown cornerbacks. 3:27 on the clock, first down for the Cats. Cole McFarland at the middle, keeps those legs churning, trying to run behind their big Anthony Murrieta, the left guard, big Shug there, 76.
Brings up 2nd down in the red zone, like they have been for the last couple plays, around the 5-yard line. I think that they pass it up to Cole McFarland, Richie McCormack, any of the running backs. Just stuff it up in there like that was the plan from the beginning.
Well, you've got options. You also have Jimmy Diaz and Christian Hawkins near side. Diaz has some size on his cornerback. Delayed here. Braden Cherry awkwardly running forward and kind of pulled down there by the collarbone, but a gain of maybe 2.
Looks like almost they should have called a horse color there. That was not.
Big hole momentarily, and it looked promising for just a second, but not the quickest runner.
It's all right, though, because he can do almost everything else.
Yes, he can. A great passer, highly intelligent. He did a great job today at that dodgeball tournament. He was our liaison. He and Angeli, I forget her last name, but they were great. And our squad was wonderful today. So it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Verrado.
And the Vipers defense here making some noise, the fan base. High snap! Cherry gets it. He throws it. It's intercepted. Oh, what an error that was. You had Braden Cherry, who was in the grasp, and an interception there, an ill-advised throw, backpedaling with a player wrapped around him. And I think it was number 20, Ryan Willie, on the interception.
It looks like they might have whistled the play go.
They may have whistled it and said that he was in the grasp, and I think that's the call here. So no interception.
Verrado fans very mad about that. The Verrado fan base is getting very loud.
Love it.
Very toxic.
Love the chorus of boos here. Sea of humanity down below us. The Vipers.
The Cats stay alive for another play, and it looks like Sean Cadena looking to kick it up.
Well, they were gonna kick the they were gonna go for a field goal. Now the Bobcats have decided, well, it's third down, so we think it's third down. The down marker across the way indicates third down. The scoreboard has no information on it other than the score and the clock.
Verrado fan, just music to my ears here.
Yeah, it is music to my ears. It warms my heart. So keep those boos coming, folks. I'm full of shade tonight. I'm just going to say it like that. Not hospitable. Now, we have had some great coaches here from Verrado who were excellent, but the athletic director, niet. And the district athletic director, niet. So I'll just throw that in Russian for you. I'm fit to be tied. No other way to say it here. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Keep those boos coming, folks. That'll fuel our drive on the way back to Vail, Arizona at Cienega High School. So the Cats have 2 wide receivers near side. Brody Coleman, bottom of your screen. And Cole McFarland goes in motion to the far side, cuts it inside. Cole lowers his shoulder. Very close to the goal line.
Looks like he got
touchdown.
Touchdown!
5 yards for Cole McFarland. And more boos. Keep them raining down, folks.
Great to see.
And a late flag
great
again.
To hear. Now, I mean, this is a close game. This is probably the closest game I've been to all year. Besides maybe the South Point game. That one was crazy, too.
Oh, these fans are full throat. It's ugly. No other way to say it. And we have to be careful as we exit out of here. We're not going to say a word to anybody.
We are just going to put our heads down and
we're going to exit like ninjas and just disappear. Poof.
Scoreboard still has yet to update.
The scoreboard operator is asleep at the wheel. There's no other way to say this.
Oh, flag. I think they, oh, never mind. They updated it. Now it looks like Cienega's going for 2.
A cascade of jeers and boos.
Cienega now going for 2. Braden Cherry going back into the huddle.
Well, the Cats have to go for 2, right? They have a 5-point lead. You want to extend that back to 7.
That's right.
So we'll see what Lewis Nightingale dials up here. You've got Christian Hawkins and Jimmy Diaz to the top of your screen. You've got Gavin Peterson at the bottom. And you've got Richie McCormick there. I'm guessing the pass block for Braden Cherry. Peterson goes in motion far side. Now 3 to the top. Rolling to his right here. Bit of a mash in the corner.
Deflected.
And it's deflected. He had a receiver that was back there along the end line of the end zone, and that was Christian Hawkins, but a good deflection there defensively. So snuffed or denied on the 2-point conversion. Yet the Bobcats reclaim the lead 27-22 on Cole McFarland's 5-yard touchdown run.
1:53 left in the 3rd quarter. It's been a great game.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful game.
There's a couple things that could have been better. Maybe the scorekeeping.
The officiating.
Clock. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things. But, hey, that's all right. It's Friday night.
The weather's been great. I mean, I'm just in a sweater tonight. No scarf, no beanie, no gloves. I brought the gloves, but I thought my fatal mistake tonight would be not bringing my scarf, but you don't need it tonight. It's been just balmy, unseasonably warm weather here on the 19th of November.
This game is honestly stressing me out. I feel like I'm going to end up falling asleep on the way home.
I'm stressing out a little bit too.
Yeah,
so
it's getting real intense.
It's good, right? Like, that's the essence of competition. You want it to be close. You want it to be exciting. You always hope that your Cats come up on top. But it's been a great game here, a nail-biter, and we expect this one to go down to the wire tonight. Cats on top, 27-22. 1:53 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. And Sean Cadena, number 33, the sophomore, will be kicking off. It's so strange to see. Kicking off from the Verrado 45. So that penalty moved Verrado back deeply here, and you've almost got to like squib it to make, well, they're going for the touchback. So that's actually a good idea.
Well, Sean sure does have a foot.
Vipers take over at the 20-yard line.
So Vipers 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Yeah, again, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter, and I'm going to send it to the highest people I can find in this school district. Just break it down. I'm going to put a bulleted list together so it's not too many words, God forbid, if you have to read a little bit. So it'll be bullet point by bullet point by bullet point by bullet point.
It's like the moon is another spotlight here.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's framed between, across the way, you've got 2 light towers, and it's almost like at the apex, if you want to draw a triangle, you've got the moon up above, like way up above your screen, and then lower you have to the left and right the 2 light towers. Eric Santiago from the pistol, and it's a running play here to the near side, and it's snuffed by Garrett Montgomery, big 56, who was awesome in that press conference. Boy, it was really illuminating, as I had not spoken to him at all, other than good luck and, hey, great job. Like, he was very kind of deep and interesting and thoughtful and reflective. All the boys who were there, and I'm going to say Coach Hargraves and JoJo Parker, Richie McCormick, Cole McFarland, Braden Cherry, and Garrett Montgomery, they were all thoughtful and excellent in their responses. It was really insightful to learn a little bit more about these kiddos' personalities.
I agree.
2nd down and 11. Santiago to throw. Far side. It's nearly picked. In and out of the hands
of Jimmy Diaz.
Oof. And that's one that he knows he could have, should have, would have had. And he gets a little pat there, an affectionate pat there on his helmet by Yaya Centeno. He's like, all right, kid, probably next one. You got the next one.
The ball was going to J.D. Alicia, sorry, and it just was off, just off.
Right, just slightly off.
Almost right into Jimmy Diaz's hands.
Yep, and Jimmy went down on both knees to try to corral and catch that one. Oh, sorry, it's the Agua Fria Union High School District. So thank you, Nick Irvin, and I will be writing a letter to Agua Fria Union High School District. Again, I'll go right to the superintendent. I'm not afraid, and I'll send it to them, and I'll put it in very clear terms. Here's what happened. Here's what you can do better, and we should just try to lift all the athletes across the spectrum here in Arizona rather than denigrating or being shady toward a different school because we're trying to cover our cats. So a timeout taken here by Verrado. That is their, I believe, first timeout of the half, although the scoreboard says each team has 1 timeout left. So, again, I'm not sure who's operating down there, but he's not operating very effectively. And now he's fixed the scoreboard to reflect the accurate tally. The Bobcats have 3 timeouts left, and the Vipers have 2 left. And a big 3rd down play here. They're calling a timeout to draw something up, I'm sure, and it might be a bit of a trick play on 3rd and 11.
I definitely agree. Verrado, being the team they are, has already, throughout this game, gone through the quick huddles, gone through the trick plays, gone through the options. You know, they've done that a lot this game, trying to throw Cienega off. But, however, Cienega has just stuck on it all game long.
You got to keep grinding here if you're the Bobcats. 3rd down and 11. Very quickly, I forgot the defense. I've been remiss on this. So at safety, Elias Santana, JoJo Parker. At corners, Jimmy Diaz and Gunnar Hernandez. Defensive line, Nolan Baker, Damian Orozco, Garrett Montgomery, and Brody Coleman. Santiago scrambling for his life under pressure. Savage there came late. And Santiago, no chance. So Josh Savage, he had some pad issues. He was the last kiddo to emerge from the locker room. First of all, the locker room, you've seen it, Caden. You know what the locker room's like at halftime. It's pretty foul.
Yeah.
And you've got the whole spectrum there. A bunch of empty Powerade bottles. I saw Coach Schween's like Skittles and Starburst and healthy fruit snacks, applesauce and other healthier snacks there to energize the kids. And now the Verrado Vipers will have to punt here.
After a great defensive possession.
A big defensive stop. Righto. So 3rd quarter, 1 minute left. Cats on top, 27-22. Elias Santana drifts back to his own 45. Catches and now is looking for to fly. Across the midfield, down to the 40. A good return there by Elias. A gain of about 15 on the punt return. And he is an electrifying punt returner. There's no doubt about it. Averaging 22.7 per punt return, 21.3 per kick return. We've seen him on a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown, interceptions for touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
He is electrifying is number 2, the senior Elias Santana.
He's fast. He's
fast.
He's amazing.
He's very clever, highly intelligent, as many of those Cats are. So 49.3 seconds, 3rd quarter. Cats 1st and 10 from the Verrado 40-yard line. 2 wideouts near side, 1 top of the screen. Hand guarders on the top. Handoff goes to Richie McCormick. A little stutter step. Keeps those legs pumping forward, and he might get 3 on the carry. So 2nd down and 7.
Again, in the man defense. Verrado has played man defense against everybody this game. And honestly, I feel like Cienega could exploit it a little bit more if they threw it up like they have to Jimmy Diaz and Karan Watson.
Yeah, I agree. Right, and you know, it's a combination. So the Bobcats are certainly more balanced in terms of their attack. I'd probably say they might be about 65 run and about 35 pass. So we've got 4 wideouts near side. Braden Cherry alone in the backfield. Screen pass to CJ Handgartner. Tries to spin out of it. He's taking a lot of extra hits here. He keeps churning, and maybe a hard-fought 2 yards there. So you hate to see it. You had about 4 Vipers who were all smashing into him, and that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
So after that play, or during the play, CJ absolutely having these people run into him and him just lowering his shoulder, like ready for them. After the play, Karan Watson came up to him and flexed, like, yeah, like you're like that.
Yeah.
It's just great to see.
They're energizing each other.
Unofficial, but
Oh, nice. Okay, so you got unofficial stats here. Caden, you can probably read those better than I can.
Cole McFarland with 9 carries, 55 yards, 6.1 yards.
Nice.
Edgar Garcia, 6 carries, 30 yards, averaging 5, no touchdowns yet. Jimmy Diaz for wide receiving, 2 receptions with 38 yards.
3 wideouts near side, 1 on the far side. It's McCormick coming in motion. Far side to Coleman. There's a lot of jostling there, and there's a late flag, of course. The defensive back had his back to the play. There was definitely contact, and thus pass interference by definition.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Number 22, Connor Gring, guarding Brody Coleman. He definitely pushed off him with the back towards the ball.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you call the pass interference against Cienega for having a player with his back to the play with no contact, then you certainly must call pass interference if your defensive back has contact and they're back to the passer. So you see that happen all the time, collegiately and at the NFL level, but certainly at the high school level as well. And they should reset that down marker. It should be 1st down and goal again on the pass interference. But who knows? It's a bit of a kangaroo court here at Verrado. Hand off to Richie McCormick, and he lunges in for a touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown run by Richie McCormick, the Mac in the McMac attack.
Great offensive, just as we said before at the start of the game, we asked what Coach Argrave's plan was, and it was to run a power offense.
Yes,
straight up the middle. Smash, just smash football. And that's what they've been doing for the last couple of quarters, and it's been working. Score now, 33-22, going for the extra point.
33-22, Sean Cadena on for the extra point. Brady Belt's the great holder. And Rich Rodriguez, the snap. Perfect snap, perfect hold. The kick is up, and it's no good, wide right. So just slightly off there on the kick. The hold and the snap were perfect, but the kick was errant, and that one is missed wide to the right. So the Bobcats, 33-22, an 11-point lead, but plenty of time on the clock here. 10:23 on the clock in the 4th quarter.
A 2-possession game.
Yes.
Vipers are going to have to work to come back. But there's definitely no doubt with their offense that they can.
The Bobcats have to continue to clamp down. They've got to remain focused, play after play after play. All the defensive players must remain disciplined, and you also have to keep your composure. You can't have any foolish penalties here. That would be gifts to the Vipers. So we've got Sean Cadena at the 40. He's been great tonight, right? So what, 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 on extra points. Has the sophomore, number 33, Sean Cadena. Cats kicking off left to right. The Vipers getting set to return, going right to left. And I think Christian Taylor is back there, number 2. And, oh, he hits off his foot! And out of bounds at the 20. So really perilously there. Trying to receive that was Christian Taylor. It skipped off his ankle.
Now he's on the ground.
And he may have paid the price there. He may have gotten jacked on that hit. And I think Gavin Peterson was there to give him a little punisher. But he's down outside at the 20-yard line on the far sideline of the field.
2 Vipers have been hurt on the Cienega sideline in this game. A little odd, something you don't always see. But
You wonder how this might change anything here, right? So, again, we're going to have a little bit of a respite or a little bit of a pause. 10:21 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. The Bobcats on top, 33-22.
Now, coming into this game, you have both teams equal.
Yes.
7-3 and 7-3.
Yes.
So there's no telling who's gonna beat who. Their offenses are both definitely alike.
Yep, similar.
I mean,
both high octane, both quick striking.
That's right. It's just really just who comes down to work harder, who wants it more, who is gonna go all the way.
I agree. It's going to be a lot of grit here that we're going to see whoever emerges triumphantly in this opening round of the 5A state playoffs. The number 8 seeded Verrado Vipers hosting the number 9 seeded Cienega Bobcats in that very difficult draw in the bracket, right? So looming, you know, for the winner of this game is likely the number 1 seed, Horizon. So, you know, your reward for winning tonight is you get to take on the number 1 seed in the entire tournament at their house next Friday night on the 26th. Well, it's Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So we have a long delay and a long pause here. Again, the injured player is the junior number 2, Christian Taylor.
Still down. It must have been pretty serious. It looks like.
And I think, you know, it was so close to the far sideline that I'm sure that the kick returner was thinking, well, it might skip and squib out of bounds, and that would be a penalty and better field position. But he's like, I don't know if it's going to go out of bounds, so maybe I'll make a play for it. But it was very awkward, and it skipped off of his shins, quite honestly.
And
oh, very good. So we got a final here. Horizon beating Cactus Shadows 43-0. Not a surprise. Love to see some of those Tucson scores, just out of curiosity, because curiosity killed the cat. So let's see if we can kind of spot South Point Catholic up big over Sunny Slope, 56-23. Not a surprise. Number 2 seed in the tournament, the Lancers of South Point. Casa Grande over Deer Valley, 33-17. Desert View, 26-13 over Millennium. That game's in the fourth quarter late. So great work here by Nick Irvin, our director and producer. He's running everything. Multiple hats here. A lot of juggling technically, but doing it so deftly as always. And Canyon del Oro in 4A up 20-14 over Lake Havasu. So some local scores there. And Sunrise Mountain, we're familiar with Sunrise Mountain and Campo Verde. They're playing each other tonight in 5A. Sunrise up on top, 30-20. That game is also in the fourth quarter. So a little bit of a scoring synopsis from around the state of Arizona. All the teams are playing on Friday night. The bright lights of Friday night. And finally here, it's great to see. But, boy, he's really being assisted is Christian Taylor. So you hate to see this, not putting any weight on that left ankle. And you just hate to see that. So we're hoping for the injury not to be severe and for a quick and full and speedy recovery for Christian Taylor, the junior, number 2 from Verrado. So the Vipers now, 1st and 10. The ball's at their own 17-yard line, 10:21 on the clock. They've got to open it up a little bit here. 3 wideouts near side, 1 to the far side, and some movement and some shifty, and a pitch, and now a reverse. And it's going to be 88 on the reverse to the far side. He's got some room to go. And a big streak of speed out across the 35-yard line. So a gain of 20. Trey Nelson, big number 88, the senior.
The one we saw earlier against Gunnar Hernandez, that matchup has been there all night.
Yes.
In the second half, it's been pretty quiet, though. However, there, he just broke out for a good gain.
20 yards on the gain there on the reverse. Sorry, it was a reverse. So it was a runner who came near side. And then it was, I'm so sorry, it was Trey Nelson going to the far side on the reverse, and a good burst of speed. Maybe not the quickness, but once he had those legs going, you can see that speed there from number 88. Eric Santiago rolls near side, flags flying aplenty, and he stutter steps here, fakes out Savage, and scampers out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play. Let's see what the penalties are.
Now, as we've said before, the quarterback, Eric Santiago,
yes,
shifty, mobile.
Yes, he is.
Even though he doesn't have that many yards, as you said before, he can scramble. He's a scrambling quarterback if he needs to be.
And those scrambling quarterbacks are dangerous because they love to throw off the run.
He's like a Patrick Mahomes type of guy.
Yes, a Patrick Mahomes kind of a guy, exactly. So the penalty will go against Verrado here. That'll move them back. And I said it was mildly warm tonight, but I'm still going to put on my little puffer jacket. So jacket on. Oh, this is much better, much more comfortable. I keep saying this. I'm like the boy who cried wolf. I keep telling the kiddos in Bobcat TV, next Friday is going to be cold. Like, make sure you have your gloves and your – I don't want to see any shorts. We need pants and at least a hoodie, hopefully like layers of clothes because it's going to get colder and colder. It hasn't really been that yet. It's been a perfect night for football on the 19th of November. And now it's a first down and 16 here for the Vipers. Santiago rolls to his right, looking to throw. And a great catch there by number 1, J.D. Alisea. So he'll pick up 10, maybe 11 on the reception. And that will set up a second down and about 3 for the Vipers.
Just as you said, you just put on your little puffer. I put on my gloves. My hands are kind of freezing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and those little gloves will do enough to keep your hands warm.
That's right. I'll be probably.
It's not Michigan. You're used to Michigan weather. This is nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like the East Coast. Nothing like New Jersey. So it's very good. So second down and 4 for the Vipers. They have a bunch to the top. 3 receivers and 1 near side. Trey Nelson near side. And Santiago to throw. And he connects with number 80 on the reception. That's Gavin Oster, who is a senior. So Oster with the first catch and a first down for the Vipers. 9:48 on the clock. It will stop momentarily as the chains move forward. And I'm watching the referee here to signal you should resume that clock, but they're not doing it. I'm not quite sure why. Once the chains are reset, it's time for the clock to run. But the scoreboard operator has to wait for the official on the field to signal. So curiouser and curiouser. Santiago about to throw. Can Savage applying pressure here. Santiago scrambling for his life near side. Kind of pump fakes, but a great scramble there, and maybe 5 or 6 on the run.
Josh Savage.
He's a beast, 44.
Yeah, he almost caught him.
Almost.
And after the play, he came up to the quarterback.
Eric Santiago,
and patted him on the back, probably saying, "You're fast, dude. I almost got you. I'll get you soon."
Yep, you're faster, right? In open space, I'm not going to catch you. In a short span, I might get you. So second down and 4, and you saw Santiago there scrambling for his life near side. 9:30 on the clock. Cats on top, 33-22. Second and 4. Santiago takes 2 steps, pumps, fires near side, far side, incomplete, too low. Intended target was Julian Virgin. So again, a little bit of pressure there. You had Savage, you had Richie McCormick, a little bit of a delayed blitz there from the Cats, and making it a little bit tough there for Santiago to get set and throw the football.
Definitely.
So now it's third down, and a big 4 for Verrado. 9:34 on the clock, fourth quarter.
The crowd for Verrado has quieted down a little bit, but so has Cienega.
Right, it's gotten quiet. When it gets tense, it gets quiet. So 2 outs far side, 1 near side. Under center here, Santiago. Little play action, screen to the near side. A block in the back. Cole McFarland fights through it and makes the play in open space. So that'll be a loss of 3. Even though he was blocked in the back, he still made the play.
Kyle Tibbs, pretty good catch, but couldn't turn it up.
Great tackle by Cole. And you've got Elias Santana drifting back to his 20. And Verrado looks like they're going to punt here. And their punter is Brendan Velez, number 14. And now they're going to call a timeout. And that tells me that they're going to think about this. They're looking at the clock, 9:02 on the clock. They're looking at the score, down 11. And they're thinking, well, we can either punt this or we can go for it here. And I'm sure that's the discussion. And if it's going for it, they will draw up a creative play because they're going to need about 10 yards to pick up the first down.
Since 2009, for being a platinum sponsor this season.
Here's some nervous chatter down there. The student section at Verrado High School. Again, a beautiful campus and just an absolutely majestic vista. Earlier tonight, like behind where we're standing, it was a perfect sunset, almost like a painting that you might see at one of the great museums.
Definitely. I mean, the city of Phoenix, you could pretty much see the whole city of Phoenix
That's
glowing.
Phoenix across the way. So kind of looking, I guess, to the upper right corner of your screen where we're perched from is where the city of Phoenix would be looming off in the distance, the bright lights. Fourth down and 11, and the Vipers going for it here. Santiago, his guy Colin Tibbs goes in motion far side. Santiago back to throw, very patient now, steps up, and he's sacked. Garrett Montgomery, and there's Nolan Baker. So Baker got there first, and actually it was 66 for the Cats, and 66 is, I want to say it's Dane Wilkinson, but it's Steven Segovia. No, sorry, 66. Steven Segovia, right? 66?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Steven Segovia, the senior, and Nolan Baker, both converging on that sack. A huge defensive stop for the Bobcats. And now you can hear a pin drop out here outside, and it's 1st and 10 Bobcats from the Verrado 42-yard line. Cats here pedal to the metal. Hand off, and it's Edgar Diaz. No gain on the play. Good tackle there by number 10, Nathan Bilski. Again, 92 tackles on the season for the junior linebacker, Bilski, number 10. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, this offense and defense for Verrado has been pretty fast-paced tonight, is what I would call it.
Yeah.
They've been adjusting to everything, but then again, they've been making adjustments. So it's just a pretty good offense and defense.
The Bobcats have 2 runners there. Christian Hawkins on a jet sweep goes far side. Hawkins tries to find the edge, doesn't get it. Great tackle in open space, and a flag is down there. I think the tackle was Ryan Willie on the play.
There was no flag. Oh, I think that was a football you saw in the background.
Oh, so not a penalty. Okay, sorry. So 3rd
right.
down and 10. 7:50 on the clock, 4th quarter. Cats going left to right. The ball's at the 42, and it's 3rd down and 10. You've got Gunnar Hernandez out there at wide receiver, a target to look for. Near side, number 11, Jimmy Diaz. Superfly, Jimmy Diaz. That's my new nickname for number 11. So a little play action here. Down the field, there's Gunnar Hernandez at the 25, complete. Across the 20 to the 15, and tight-roping it down to the 10. Nice tackle by number 5, Julian Virgin. But a great pass there, very patiently by Braden Cherry. And you saw Hernandez from the far side of the screen, working his way all the way across to the near side, and a perfectly delivered pass to Gunnar Hernandez, a big play and a 1st down for the Cats.
Like we said, Braden Cherry loves his play action. That is his thing.
Yep.
So, hey, when he does it, it's almost perfect.
He's so good at it, so good at selling it, and it must just kind of freeze those linebackers and defensive backs in their tracks. So the Cats here now, back in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of Verrado. Cherry in the pistol, wicked snap there. Corrals it, hands it off to Edgar Diaz, and he goes across the 10-yard line. So a gain of maybe 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
7 minutes and 12 seconds left and counting. The clock is still running. Cienega in the red zone, knocking on the door again at the 10-yard line. The Vipers down by 11, 4th quarter. Not a lot of time left. If Cienega scores here, it'll be very tough to come back in that 5-minute span.
Correct. This is a pivotal sequence here for both teams, chances. We'll see what Lewis Nightingale has drawn up for the Cats. Jimmy Diaz, top of the screen. Near side, Christian Hawkins. You've got Edgar Diaz at tailback behind Braden Cherry. Hawkins goes in motion far side. Little jet sweep there, and very disruptive. Number 44 getting there early was Gunnar Ging. No chance on that play for Christian Hawkins. So a loss of maybe a couple, and it will set up 3rd down and 11 for the Cats. Again, you have an undersized cornerback on the far side of the field, number 9, Jaden Fry. He's 5'10". You've got Brody Coleman at 6'5". You could target Coleman far side and just throw it up for him.
Pretty much all day, but number 22 was the one who locked on, linebacker.
Yes.
Number 22, Connor Ging.
Yes.
Who was the one who was guarding Brady Coleman.
On the pass interference penalty on a similar kind of possession in a similar location. 3rd down and 10, and a penalty down here, actually a timeout. So a timeout taken by Justin Argraves. I love that timeout call. Wasn't comfortable. Spidey senses tingling. Timeout. So 3rd and 10. Let's take some time here. Make sure every player's on the same page. And let's draw something up that's going to work here and it's going to click.
That's right. Cienega stands still over there, supporting throughout the whole game. still have a drive back for 3 hours. Oof.
Oh, it's a better ride when you win.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. You win. That ride is blissful and special and magical.
Hopefully our Cats can pull it off.
Correct. There's something about traveling. It just kind of galvanizes everybody together. It has the same effect on Bobcat TV, the same effect on our Copper Thunder Marching Band, the same effect on the trainers, the managers, the players, the cheerleaders, the whole squad, everybody involved. There's something magical when you hit the road. So 3rd down and 11. Near side, Gavin Peterson. Far side, you've got Jimmy Diaz at the very top and Christian Hawkins. Hawkins comes in motion near side. Little play action. Back to throw. Cherry pumping. A little fade route to the corner. Jimmy Diaz, touchdown. Yes, sir. Touchdown. Yes. 13-yard touchdown reception by Jimmy Diaz. Superfly, Jimmy Diaz.
2nd touchdown of the game for Jimmy Diaz. Amazing this game.
He's super fly. He's feeling it tonight.
He got the toes in, back corner of the end zone, one-on-one coverage as they have been all night, and he just abused it.
Pow, 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 pow. Just like that, Cherry to Diaz. And here comes
Sean.
Thank you.
Cadena.
Sean Cadena, thank you very much. Sean Cadena, the extra point. Wicked hold there, wicked snap. Nicely put down by Brady Belts. He's so good at the hold, corralling wherever the ball's at. He always finds a way to catch it quickly and place it down there. And Cadena, who's been wonderful in extra points now, converts it. And the Cats, 40-22. Nighty-night. Some people are, it's time for Mimi's.
That's right. And
5:38 on the clock. But some people are peacing out. Peace be with you. Safe travels. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, you could see all of the Vipers fans filing out, all of the Cienega fans staying for the game.
Feeling it.
They're feeling it for sure.
5:38. Still have to clamp down here. A dangerous Verrado team. Eric Santiago, the great quarterback, the gunslinger. He's going to open it up. It's going to be full throttle, wide open passing attack here. You got to be desperate, and maybe a great return here could help the Vipers out. So Sean Cadena, the high kickoff down to the 15-yard line, and it's fielded by 13, Tyler Acton. Acton gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line, where the Vipers will have 1st and 10.
Now, for the Vipers, the seniors, it is a sad night if they lose.
Sure.
Because, I mean, this is their possibly last time playing football.
Yep, not quite there yet, but you're right. It's something to think about.
That's
so
right.
We've got 5:33 on the clock. We'll come back to that talking point. I want to hear that same point when we get down late.
Yes, sir.
That's a good point there, Caden. Caden Obrenovich on color commentary tonight has been sublime. So just a wonderful job, our sophomore. And we knew it as a football player. You know, James Condrina, one of your mates who has been called up to varsity as a sophomore, number 17. I'm not sure what jersey number he's wearing.
24.
24, right? So 17 is Will Mann, for a great senior for the Cats. So James Condrina, a player to watch out for, certainly next season. So 1st and 10 here, Vipers. Wide open, 5 receivers, 3 near side, 2 far side. Eric Santiago takes 2 steps here, looks near side and throws. Some pressure there by Dane Wilkinson, and a joust in a scrum, and great coverage there by Yaya Santana to lock up Trey Nelson, who was right there in coverage.
Almost another interception by Elias. I bet you he's not too happy about that one. He had one missed one earlier.
Yes. At the end line to the right of our screen, which we thought was an interception. And again, you saw it and you noticed it very astutely that he gave the referee a little tap there and probably said, like, you're bad. Like,
yeah.
That was definitely inbounds.
Yeah. Almost got the toes in last time. This time almost caught it. Real close.
2nd down and 10. Vipers have 3 receivers near side. Cats here playing a little bit of a dime defense, extra defensive backs for coverage. Nice little push out of bounds there by Cole McFarland. So a gain of maybe 8 on the play, and it will set up a 2nd down and 2. Actually, 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for Verrado. 5 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock in the 4th quarter. Cienega's on top, 40-22.
Now, it's been a long game for both teams. I bet you both of them are probably pretty tired.
Yep.
So they're just giving it what they got at this point.
So a quick pass there, in and out of the hands of number 8, Anthony Pareda, the junior. and he was looking to fly before he actually caught that football. I know that's what his mindset was. So incomplete. Now it's 4th down and 3. A big 4th down play, and of course Verrado has to go for it, even at their own 35-yard line. The Cats defensively, so they've got Steven Segovia, 66 out there. They've got Big Dane Wilkinson, number 68. You've got Spezio Gonzalez, number 8, and Gio Tobias at defensive tackle, number 70. And a low snap. Santiago picks it up off the turf. He's in and out of the grasp, and now he's got some room to go near side. And a 1st down, and pushed out of bounds there by Richie, and a coach goes down, and that was pretty nasty. Ooh, just unfortunate there.
Jeez.
So it was a clean play. You're pushing the player out of bounds to make the tackle,
An older guy.
and just bad luck there. So you have a coach who took a nasty spill.
Looks like he's getting up. An older
That right knee,
guy.
no doubt, and definitely an older coach. So
Maybe more fragile than legs.
I mean, if that hit me, I know it'd go down similarly in a heap, and
Yeah,
you
it
hate to
looks
see
like-
this. But really?
That's crazy because they called unsportsmanlike conduct on that play when there was none at all.
The player wasn't out of bounds yet, and you pushed the player out of bounds to make the tackle.
Not only that, but
And just because
One
he
of
made a spill with his momentum doesn't mean that the play was dirty or cheap.
they have penalized the result, not the play this game.
What does that mean?
They hit the guy. They penalized the fact that it hit the guy instead of.
All right. Nick Irvin's explaining this to me here. So what Nick said was they're penalizing because the player was shoved into one of the coaches, but you can't really control that. Like it's pretty indiscriminate. So it's 1st and 10. The ball's at the 43-yard line of Cienega. 5:04 on the clock. Santiago back to throw. Got plenty of time here. Obviously some holding there. Where's the call? Pass play down the field, incomplete. So there was obviously a hold here from the offensive line against Steven Segovia, and Segovia is just like, where's the penalty at?
Well, not only this play, but the play before, too, when they called unsportsmanlike. Number 66 for the Cats. We went over this before. Steven Segovia got pushed on the ground instead of being able to sack, and he was looking for the call, and there was none. No call at all.
Not the best officiating tonight. I'm going to write another letter to the Arizona Interscholastic Association and find out who the head of officiating for the state of Arizona is, and I'm sure that letter will be quickly deposited in the recycling, but I don't care. I'm going to write it anyway. So 2nd down, Santiago, low snap. Pumps, looks, goes to his far side. Now he's scrambling. Richie's going to lock up with him there, grab him, and rodeo rope him down at the 40-yard line.
Low snap handled. Eric Santiago
4:40 on the clock.
around, picking up about 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 7. Public address announcer. It's not 3rd and 5. It's 3rd and 7. So 3rd down and 7.
A great game tonight. I think the Vipers are going to give it all they got in this last drive here.
Oh yeah. Come on, Caden. They've got to make something happen quickly here.
Yeah.
Santiago, 2 wide outs, far side, 2 near side. A receiver looking for a screen. Now down the center, and there's a touchdown catch. So it's 34 yards on the reception by Trey Nelson.
Now only a 2-score game, 28-40. If they can convert some 2-point conversion, it'd be great for the Vipers.
All right, so down 12. Probably going for 2, right? You're down 40-28, a 12-point deficit.
Yep.
If you get the 2-point conversion, then you're within. I mean, I would imagine it's still going to be a 2-score kind of scenario.
Yep. No
with
matter what.
4:02, and then the Vipers have 1 timeout. The Bobcats have 2 timeouts. 4 minutes 2 seconds on the clock. 4:02. Cienega up 40-28.
Some players that have just been outstanding this game, or I'd say probably the player of the game tonight would be Jimmy Diaz.
Watch out for Trey Nelson. So a little flare pass far side, touchdown. So it's Connor Ging, number 22, on the catch and run. and a 2-point conversion here, and it makes it a 10-point game.
Cut that deficit to 10.
Great conversion there.
So Connor Ging on the conversion, and we're now at 40 to 30, a 10-point deficit.
His name is Brian Lewis.
Well, you've got different options here. If you are a Verrado, certainly the onside kick is part of that calculus. Probably the quickest way to get the ball back. You only have one timeout left. So I'm sure the Bobcats will have their hands team out there. I see it, right? So I see JoJo Parker and Elias Santana, Gunnar Hernandez, Brody Coleman, CJ Handgartner. All their best hands guys. Karan Watson, Brady Belts. Mario Quijada, number 5, also out there. So you've got all of your sure-handed receivers out there anticipating the onside kick. You also have Rich Rodriguez, number 19. So I think I've covered the whole spectrum there. And then you've got number 13 getting set to return. That's Nick Chance. So Nick Chance, the senior, out there. The hands team is out there close, and you've got Chance lurking at around his 18-yard line. So we'll see what is drawn up here. The kicker is Brendan Velez. And actually number 15, Giovanni Bonessi. Sorry, Giovanni Bonessi on the onside kick. And we have nice job there receiving by the Cats to corral that one. It was Gunnar Hernandez, so sure-handed. But I think we have a legal procedure going against Verrado. So I think they're going to have to re-kick this one.
You haven't already bought a sweater from our merchandise station. Word on the street is they have hot chocolate. Good.
Yeah, one thing you always find across the state, we're so fortunate to have the great Tim Nichols as a wonderful public address announcer. He made that dodgeball tournament today, which was awesome. Played outside. I know that was like Ken Beaver and Eric Tatham. That team was stacked, and they just kind of rolled through. Profe Luna was money today as well. I think he got the greatest reception from the fan base there. Very beloved Spanish teacher at Cienega High School, Profe Luna. But Nichols was the key for me in that dodgeball game. He just made it come to life. But you won't find a Tim Nichols at every venue. Usually they can't hold a candle to what Mr. Nichols does. Onside kick. Brody Coleman, great reception, and he just smothers it. So the Cats will have 1st and 10 at the Verrado 45-yard line.
Cienega's fans definitely happy about that one. First time I've heard them get loud in this quarter. That was definitely a big moment.
Yeah, a big play there. So you've got your sure-handed receivers out there. Now there's still plenty of time, so you've got to still, every play is important. Everyone has a responsibility here for Cienega. So 1st and 10 from the Verrado 45-yard line. Braden Cherry hands off to Richie McCormick. Richie with a head of steam, and I think he picks up a 1st down on that carry.
A 10-yard run on the play.
3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Vipers down by 10.
Yeah,
2 timeouts for Cienega, 1 timeout left for the Vipers.
First down.
I'll be monitoring the clock to see if there are any shenanigans happening here with the operator.
It says the Vipers have the ball, which is incorrect.
Right, but what do you expect? I mean, why would you expect anything other than that, Caden? Let's be real, please. So 1st and 10 Cienega from the 35-yard line of Verrado. And you've got Richie McCormick, the fleet-footed number 22 senior running back, gets the carry, breaks a tackle, lowers the shoulder across the 20-yard line, another 1st down. 13 and a 1st for Cienega.
A great performance by Richard McCormick today. Just
stalwart,
through people.
Steady, sure-handed. You had the 3-headed attack there in the backfield. Richie McCormick, Cole McFarland, Edgar Garcia, 22, 32, and 28. And 3:05 on the clock and running. And you could hear somebody whispering from down below. It's that quiet here now.
A great effort by the Vipers, though.
Yeah.
You cannot put them down for
No.
not trying.
And we're not finished. We're not finished yet.
That's right.
So handoff here to Richie. Richie up the middle. hurdles and gets across to the 5. So another first down for the Cats, and they're looking at 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. 2:40 on the clock, frozen momentarily as they move the chains forward.
Power by Cienega. Ball's taken down to about the 4-yard line.
And we have more people leaving now. Goodbye, good night, safe travels, don't text and drive. Thank you for coming. Have a great weekend. Peace. Yep, interviews. So stick around. We'll have video on the interviews that we'll be able to do live. We're absolutely allowed to have that. Absolutely. The game has concluded. We can have live interviews on our channel. So Jimmy Diaz, Karan Watson, Braden Cherry, and Reagan Scott will be, of course, down there, our intrepid reporter. I'm going to go down there and help her to snag those kiddos, and we'll make sure that we bring you those interviews post-game tonight.
And again, thank you guys all for tuning in. The game is not over yet.
Right.
2 minutes and 6 seconds. Another flag thrown on the play, but what's new?
Exactly. Like, we had to go out with a flourish of flags. So it'll be a 5-yard, or actually a 10-yard holding penalty from the spot of the foul. And again, the Bobcats just have to control the football here. Nothing crazy. Eat some clock. And you've got first down. So, you know, I think you're pretty close here where you can kneel. Verrado can call a single timeout. And you can eat some clock if you want to. I think the Cats here want to put a little bit more points on the scoreboard. But the clock is running now, 1:48 and counting. Richie McCormick at tailback. Karan Watson at receiver, top of the screen. Handoff to Richie. He threads his way through, powers, lunges, is close to the end zone. But down around the 3. Down around the 3-yard line. This one. So this microphone will plug into a camera. It's a perfect connection, and the cord is long enough if you can just pull this out here. But this will work perfectly with that camera. It's perfect. I want to thank Chris DeRozier for our new corded microphone, which I think is an Audio Technica, which is really nice. So got that. I want to throw a shout out there to Jimmy Diaz's parents, and we appreciate your kind offer as well. So we'll be in touch on that microphone that you're going to gift to us, which we appreciate. We'll give you a spectrum of options. You know, wireless mic could be $800 plus for sure. We'll give you some lower options as well, and whatever you feel like gifting to us, we'll be glad to accept that. So we don't want to put you guys out financially at all, especially as we approach the Christmas season.
Now, since it is looking like it's the end of the games here soon.
Close. 1:33 on the clock.
Big shout out to our Viper Vanguard.
Richie is he still on the field? Oh, he's still on the field.
Yep, he is.
They're
He's the
just letting
closer.
him get it.
He's out there to close this game out for the Cats. You're going to feed Richie McCormick.
A touchdown will end this game.
Yep. No doubt about it. So 2nd and goal. The ball is at the 3-yard line. Braden Cherry in the pistol. Gets a snap. Hands off to Richie. Richie slices through. Touchdown Cats. So 4 yards on the touchdown run. And that's
most likely the game.
Nighty night. Good night, folks.
Well, one thing I wanted to talk about that you told me to pick up on, the seniors for Verrado.
Right.
J.D. Alicia, their quarterback, Eric.
Well, Eric, their quarterback, Eric Santiago's a junior. He'll be back next year. Right, so I'm looking at the seniors. J.D. Alicea, who you mentioned, Brendan Velez, their punter, Neo Johnson, Tavis Russell, Dorian Sanchez, Cameron Coronado, who had an interception tonight, as Sean Cadena hits the extra point. I think he was 6 for 7 tonight, which is awesome. So the sophomore, a sterling debut for number 33 tonight. And again, when I saw him on campus, I was like, you're going to be great tonight. Visualize it. Go through your steps. You know what you're doing. We believe in you. You will have a great game tonight. Almost like Jedi mind talking to him. These aren't the droids you're looking for. You can go about your business. Move along, move along. But he has been great tonight. So the score at the moment is 47-30. It's impossible to score 17 points in a minute and 28 seconds. It's physically impossible.
They have put up a great effort.
They did.
It is sad to see the seniors go for their last game of the season. But
no doubt.
Hey, they put up their fight. They did what they could. It's been a good game to watch.
Nope, and their senior receiver, Trey Nelson, 88, had a great game. Gavin Oster had a catch. He was nice. You know, the whole roster, of course, you feel for these kiddos because it just ends so quickly, and it's not what they expected. I think they expected a roll here tonight, Caden, and I think they looked at that Week 1 game, the score.
Yeah.
Sunrise Mountain versus Cienega, 49-6, I believe, in Week 1. And I think they said, well, we played Sunrise close, and Cienega got blown out. So, therefore, we will blow out Cienega. It doesn't work like that, folks. It does not work like that at all.
We improved every single week.
That's right.
Even through those losses, we improved. We fixed our mistakes.
Yep.
We did what we could to get better, and here's where it really shows.
And again, we thought it would be a shootout tonight, so 77 points on the board qualifies as a shootout, folks. 47-30 Cats. Now Verrado has the football, so they're going to try to make some magic happen, and they're not quitting. So Eric Santiago has been wonderful at quarterback, has number 7. The diminutive, small in stature, a little bit like a Kyler Murray, right? About the same size, not as electrifying, but who is? But he has been wonderful tonight for the Vipers. He has kept them in this game all night long. So 1:24 on the clock. Low snap. Eric Santiago shuffles the feet, fires near side, connects with Colin Tibbs, and it's Tibbs 15 yards and a first down. And then Caden, I'm going to fly down to the field to help Reagan corral some interview subjects and let her do her thing. Or Nick, do you think Reagan is in good shape, that she can fly solo? Do you think she needs help, or is she good to go tonight? Yeah, I thought, all right, we'll just let Reagan handle it. She's done wonderfully as a reporter all season long, has her star sophomore, Reagan Scott, so she's in good hands. Hunter Alexander's down there. Nick Powell's down there. Errant snap there, fielded nicely by Santiago. Quick screen there, goes to the far side. Nice catch and a tackle out in open space. And it's Cienega's 23, Jaden McGowan. So J-Mac, 23 on the tackle.
You love to see the just not giving up, the grit, like you said.
Right.
And
right, I like this too, right? And Santiago there just spikes the football to stop the clock. So 54.7 seconds. You're trying to maximize the time that you have. Give yourself as many plays as you can to try to make something magical happen.
That's right.
But not even in Tecmo Bowl can you score 17 points in 54 seconds. And I'm throwing that out to old school NES. Right. And the Cats here, they have the complete umbrella. So let me hit some Cats out there. So we've got Rich Rodriguez, 19 at safety. We've also got number 34, Krishan Graham, which is great to see at safety. Number 5, Mario Quijada at linebacker. Number 36, Patrick Fleming at linebacker. 24, Tom O'Connor. So he's out there at linebacker as well. Number 50 at defensive end, Dominic Romero. 23 is Jaden McGowan, J-Mac. Number 6 out there on the field as well, David Garcia. So another senior out there for the Bobcats. And I'm trying to see those interior defensive linemen.
Now, just one thing I wanted to point out, how they have absolutely annihilated us with the clock this game with Cienega. And
yeah, no doubt.
Now they just added 4 seconds for the Vipers.
Sure,
so,
why not? Of course. A little home cooking. You expect it a little bit. So, again, I think we talked about this. Not exactly sterling work here. Oh, here's a little play action. We saw this trick play pregame, or I saw it pregame. So that one goes for 14 yards and a first down. But I saw that in pregame warm-ups where you have the quarterback, Eric Santiago, throwing a screen pass to the near side, and then his wide receiver on the wide receiver pass, Gavin Oster, but just 14 yards and a late penalty down on the play.
I mean, I couldn't imagine what this penalty is for.
Well, we'll see if the refs who are mic'd up. Let's hear. Talk to us. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Cienega. So the only thing I want to see here now is like no crazy penalties. Like don't get ejected. Don't do anything foolish here at the end.
We cannot afford that.
Nope. You need every player available for next week, and the Cats will be going to Horizon.
That's right.
Next Friday night.
Look at that, James Kendrina, the sophomore, playing at corner.
Where's James? At cornerback, number 24.
Yep.
Nice little wide receiver reverse pass here. And there's the quarterback again, Santiago, inside the 10 down to the 7.
As well as Manny Morales, the sophomore, number 34.
Nice. James Kendrina, a sophomore, a kiddo from Bobcat TV, a star on JV, a star to be on varsity. Number 24 getting his feet wet here in the playoffs. And there's a touchdown, and it's Colin Tibbs. So again, Verrado not quitting. We didn't expect them to. So Colin Tibbs, 4-yard touchdown catch.
Looks like they got all of the players in for Cienega at the end. Good catch, though.
Right, good catch. Decent coverage there by the cat that was back there.
I think that was Ari Dubin.
Yep, number 6. I think it's David Garcia who's listed on the roster.
Oh, really?
So 30 seconds left. You're down by 11. And it makes no difference whether you're down 9 or 10 points. So they're going to go for 1 here on the conversion. And it's their kicker, Giovanni Bonessi. But they're going to fake it here. 2-point conversion. And it's incomplete. A scrum that was there. And Patrick Fleming was there in coverage for the Cats.
And that will do it, folks. 1 kickoff, and
I mean, you know, if you're Verizon, you're going to go for another onside kick, right? So,
oh yeah.
So 30 seconds left. Or sorry, Verrado. I said
it's okay.
I knew I was going to say Verizon at some point. So Verrado, the Vipers, they're going to go for the onside kick, right? And
That's
again,
right.
you're trying to make some magic happen, and you might have some assistance here with the clock operator who can stop time.
Yeah.
So it's 30 seconds on the scoreboard, but there's extra time. So we'll see the Cats again. Their hands team is out there. JoJo Parker, Christian Hawkins, Gunnar Hernandez, Brady Belts, CJ Handgartner, Elias Santana, Brody Coleman, Cole McFarland, Nick Chance back deep. All set to return here. And a tricky onside kick the last time out, so we'll see what they do this time out. And who actually kicks it? Will it be Giovanni Bonessi, the kicker, number 15? And that ball, remember, has to travel 10 yards. So 30 seconds on the clock, and the Cats just have to recover this. Karan Watson also there, number 4. And a squib kick. So Nick Chance down to the 20-yard line, and the ball just goes out of bounds at the 20. Now the Bobcats just have to kneel on the football once, and the game is over. So stay tuned. We will throw it down to the field to Reagan Scott, our intrepid reporter, post-game for interviews with those Cats. With video. Nick Irvin's like, with video. So, yes, plus video. Not just audio. It'll be video as well. And, again, thanks to Chris DeRozier for the microphone, the hardwired mic, which works perfectly with our Canon cameras. So we're excited to have at least some video here tonight. Good to see that coach there from Verrado, the coach that got knocked down earlier. And he is walking gingerly on his feet. I'm sure it'll be sore tomorrow. And you've got Braden Cherry here taking a knee. And the Bobcats of Cienega High School here walking off the field. You've got CJ Handgartner running off here. Those Cats with their arms up in the air. Nolan Baker, Brody Coleman, Braden Cherry, Garrett Montgomery handshaking there. Karan Watson. It'll be a handshake at midfield. Justin Argraves, a great season, and it's still going here for the Cats. And they're riding a 7-game winning streak going into number 1 next week at Horizon. So we know that's a daunting challenge, but Bobcat TV will be there. We'll do it just like this. Nobody can stop us.
What a game.
We'll do another audio call next Friday night. I mean, we'll try to do video too, but I doubt they will allow us to do so. But we'll try all of our channels to do what we do. And I'll be in touch with their athletic director starting tomorrow. Let's just be real. The email will go out tomorrow. We expect to be home tonight at 1 a.m. I expect to be home at 2 a.m. I told Mrs. Miller, 2 a.m., baby. Love you. I'll be home at 2 o'clock. I'm not calling you. I'm not texting you. I'm driving. It's a 3-hour drive. I'll see you at 2 a.m. Peace. But what a great game. This is a huge win, Caden. You were so great on the color commentary tonight.
Thank you as well.
As an analyst, just great work here. But this is a huge win for the Bobcats. And again, you've got stunned fans here. Just like the fans were stunned at Marana, just like they were stunned at Mountain View, just like they were stunned with Ironwood Ridge. Like the Bobcats here have been surprising, and they've been remarkably resilient and improving week by week. The defense, sometimes it bends a little bit, but it never breaks. And that's testament to Coach Justin Argraves and his entire coaching staff and those players out there, the kiddos who show the grit, resolve, determination from whistle to whistle, from the opening whistle to the final whistle of the game.
Again, thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh, tell the kids to subscribe, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Definitely subscribe.
Subscribe.
We're here every Friday.
Every Friday.
Single game.
And we're not going to stop. Like, we might take a respite after football season is over. We'll take a short hiatus. We need a little break to kind of refresh and recharge. But we're coming back full throttle for winter sports.
That's right.
Girls soccer, boys soccer, girls basketball, boys basketball, wrestling. Very excited to cover all those sports in the wintertime. And again, another storyline coming into tonight. Brindley Lorenko, the Wonder Woman kicker of the Bobcats, returns next Friday night. So you had a great substitute here with Sean Cadena, the sophomore. 5 of 6 on extra points tonight. He got his feet wet at the varsity level. You also have James Kendrina, one of our Bobcat TV cats, who got his feet wet here tonight. The cats here, justifiably so, elated. And again, just a difficult scene to see when you have seniors whose careers have ended here for Verrado, who played so beautifully tonight. Just a great effort all night long.
Great game.
Good game. And we had some chippy chirpiness, which we expect everywhere we go.
Yeah.
But, boy, it got real quiet in that second half. Not much chirping happening here on the home sideline. So, and that's fine. That's how we like it, too. Yep, safe travels. So, good times. Got some stunts happening here. You can't see it, but you got cheerleaders doing backflips here. I guess it's practicing.
And after Cienega does their little end of the game ritual thing over there, talk about it.
Yes.
We will be sending it down to Reagan Scott to interview a couple of players. Now, who do you think really stood out this game on Cienega?
Oh, boy. So there are a lot of players, right? So I think Jimmy Diaz with 2 touchdowns receiving 38 and 13 yards. Also his great work at cornerback. Of course, Cole McFarland with a pair of touchdowns, 3 and 5 yards. Richie McCormick with the steady running tonight, right? He was the staple at running back for the Cats. And Richie McCormick, a 4-yard touchdown run. Actually, 2 touchdowns for Richie, too. So a 4-yard and a 4-yard run. Cole with 2 touchdowns. So the Micmac attack in full effect. Karan Watson had a 10-yard touchdown reception. I think Braden Cherry was beautiful tonight, throwing that football very effectively. He had the 1 interception, a second one that could have been, that was called for in the grasp, that wasn't. I think the defense as well. I think that defense, definitely. I think the offensive line. I think we can give, you know, like kudos to that entire offensive front for the Bobcats. So Ethan Shockmel at left tackle, Anthony Murrieta at left guard, Landon Hall at center, Garrett Montgomery at right guard, Nolan Baker at right tackle. Bertie Coleman does a great job at tight end, also had a nice catch tonight. But the Micmac attack, the receivers, I think the great Yaya Santana. I mean, there's so many, like, Gunnar Hernandez was great tonight, too.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, right? In all phases, offense, defense, special teams, you know, the coaches, they're always going to find the things to improve upon. So to look at that, roughing the punter penalty, which was costly in that moment, it really changed the momentum and gave Verrado some life. And then some foolish penalties, right? And again, some penalties that were not penalties, folks. Like, I'm here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be honest in both directions. There were some pass interference calls against the Cats that were not pass interference. But on the whole, a decently officiated game. You know, the poor clock management and scoreboard operation here didn't matter, thankfully. All the Verrado Vipers fans have left. Goodbye. Safe travels. And good luck next year. And happy Thanksgiving. I'll throw that out there as well. So a lot of shade. A lot of shade from me tonight, which is not my typical way to approach. But again, when you treat us poorly and rudely, and you treat your own employees rudely, like your maintenance staff and operations rudely as an athletic director, I'm sorry, but I'm going to call you out on it, Tim Butler from Verrado High School. And expect a letter. It's coming your way, sir. It's going up to the higher-ups here in this school district, so expect that as well. But let's be positive. So a great win here for Coach Justin Argraves. And the Cats will roll on next Friday night. And, boy, it's a stacked challenge. You're taking on the #1 team in the state of Arizona in 5A in Horizon High School. But we will bring that game to you live next Friday night. We will travel with Bobcat TV because that's what we do.
That's
so the huddle has broken up. Is our camera close enough there? Are we in range?
Yes, and we have Alyssa Diaz is also going to help.
Oh, perfect. All right, so Alyssa Diaz, Jimmy Diaz's big sister,
Senior.
right, who is a senior, who is now part of Bobcat TV. So she's going to be interviewing along with Reagan Scott down on the field. We've got Hunter Alexander and Lucas Myers, a dynamic duo in their own right down there running camera. I told Lucas no shorts, but he wore shorts tonight anyway, so I'll just have to remind him for the next time. And then I want to throw a shout out there to Denton Poe and Preston Slanina, Jack Ferguson III, Liam Guthrie.
We miss all of them.
We miss all those guys. Like, we love you guys. We wish you were here with us for sure. And we will try to figure out, like, how we can get you to accompany us. But we've only got 8 seats, right? And Irvin and Miller take 2. I drive. Irvin's my navigator. And we got 6 cats in the back, all packed in like sardines. But, boy, we're going to have a good time riding back. Blueberry Fago, I'm going to crank it up to 11 on the drive back. Then we're going to start right with that, little mosey with Blueberry Fago. And Blueberry Fago's all around tonight.
That's all right.
Oh, see, that's my job, Nick. If I were down there, I'd just be snagging those kids. And I'm not a shrinking violet. I would go right down there and just grab them. We need you right now. Let's go right now. So poor Reagan, she's going to grab these kiddos and probably be out of breath. So as she finds these cats to corral, I will go through the scoring summary, and that should buy us just enough time here. So Cole McFarland, 3-yard touchdown run to open the scoring. Sean Cadena, a great job tonight for that super sophomore. Again, he was 5 for 6 on extra points, so 7-0 Cats. And then Colin Tibbs, who was awesome tonight for Verrado, a 24-yard touchdown reception from Eric Santiago, who was also very impressive. Trey Nelson, a 2-point conversion reception from Santiago, gave Verrado a lead at 8-7, but it was short-lived. Jimmy Diaz, 38 yards on the touchdown reception from Braden Cherry. Sean Cadena's extra point made it 14-8 Cats. Karan Watson, a 10-yard touchdown reception from Braden Cherry. The extra point from Cadena made it 21-8 Cienega. And then Verrado, it was J.D. Alicea, a 45-yard touchdown reception from Santiago, making it 21 to, I think it was 15. And then Colin Tibbs, a 55-yard touchdown catch from Eric Santiago. Giovanni Bonessi's extra point made it 22-21 Verrado, their last lead. Cole McFarland, a 5-yard touchdown run. Richie McCormick, a 4-yard touchdown run. Jimmy Diaz, a 13-yard touchdown catch. The extra points converted by Sean Cadena made it 40-22. Trey Nelson, a 34-yard touchdown reception from Santiago. A 2-point conversion. Can't even read my own writing here. By Connor. Sorry, who's Connor's last name? Connor Ging. And then Richie McCormick finishing the scoring, a 4-yard touchdown run. And 47-37 was the final score?
40 to 30. Sorry, 47-36.
47-30. Thank you, Nick. 47-36. I just forgot to write that one down. So it looks like we've got Braden Cherry, who's down on the field.
Yeah, we're going to test this out with that audio. So.
All right, we're going to mute ourselves here and listen to Reagan Scott.
You look short.
Stop. I hate you. Hi guys, I'm Reagan Scott and I'm here with Braden Cherry, the quarterback for Cienega's varsity football team. So Braden, this is your guys' first round of playoffs and you guys played really well. How did you feel throughout the game?
I felt good. I'm glad we were doing our game. Hopefully we got a good game next week too.
Yeah, and I mean you had a really, really great play with Jimmy Diaz where you threw the ball and he caught it right at the touch, like the
End zone?
End zone, yes. So what was going on in your mind during that play?
Oh, we know number 9. He's a good corner, but he's got a history of pass interference. We were just trying to target him throughout the game, and Jimmy's a great man. He made a good play on the ball.
Awesome, and I just want to say you did great this season. How are you feeling going into the next game of playoffs? I'm
excited. I can't wait to play.
Anything that you're nervous about or anything that you as a player are going to be working on harder for this next game?
Oh, it's going to be working hard, just like always, just trying to perfect our game and be ready for the next game.
Awesome, and we can't wait for that next game. We hope and wish you the best of luck and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Alyssa, come here. Tell her Alyssa's going to interview Jimmy.
Here, Mom, hold my phone.
Look,
All right,
I
and
even
we've
got her to
so
interview
a great
him.
job there,
Okay.
Braden
Okay,
Cherry.
we
Now
got
we've got
it.
Jimmy
How do I
Diaz.
introduce?
Hi guys,
And I think
I'm
his
Alyssa
sister's
Diaz,
going to
and I'm
interview
here
him.
with
I
my-
can't wait
you
to
can say
see
my brother,
this.
Jimmy.
And I'm
So
here with
it's
my
Alyssa
brother.
Diaz, right, the senior,
Oh, we are.
who's going to be interviewing her little
Okay.
brother, Jimmy, but she
Yeah.
has to look up to him because he's so tall. All right, so down to Alyssa
Okay.
Diaz on the field.
Okay, so
Come on, go.
okay. Hey guys. Oh. Hey guys, I'm Alyssa Diaz and I'm here with my brother Jimmy. So, how does it feel to contribute 2 touchdowns to your first winning playoff game of your high school career?
Honestly, it feels good because I don't know. It just feels good to see all the work that I put in. Like it's paying off, So yeah.
What do you hope to continue to see in your season to keep winning in the playoffs?
Honestly, I wouldn't really change anything because we're doing good. Just keep on working hard, in the weight room and on the field. Yeah.
Good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, cannot hear you.
All right, very
Karan,
good.
come here.
So, and we're going to go right
Karan,
through
come
to
here.
Reagan Scott
Okay,
with Karan Watson.
All right,
the
and last
junior
but not
receiver,
least, we have
number 4.
Karan
So look
Watson, number
up
4
to
for
him.
varsity Cienega football team. So, Karan, you also contributed a touchdown. How does that feel? What was going on in your inside of your head?
Well, I mean, I saw the dude playing inside shade, and then I attacked his outside shoulder, and then I just went and ran like a kind of like an out route, like a corner.
Did you just feel like absolutely amazing during that? Like after, I bet your adrenaline was super high, like super pumped.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I'm kind of used to it, so it's like kind of like that.
All right, and how did you feel? Like, how does it feel now, knowing that you're going into the second round of playoffs?
Feels great. We put in a lot of work, working with Schween, working with Cam Gaddis. Me and Jimmy pushing each other during practice. Feels good. We deserve it.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Cam. He pushes you guys hard, pushes you, Jimmy, Gunner. Makes you guys better athletes.
Yeah, he really does.
Is this your little brother here?
That's my little brother.
Do you want to say hi?
Say hi, little brother.
Hi.
Do you ever work with him on football stuff?
Yeah, he's already training. He's already training. He's
Already training?
Yeah, he's already training.
He's working for the same position?
Yes.
All right, Karan, well, good luck on the rest of your season, and we wish you the best of luck from Bobcat TV.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Miller, back to you.
It won't unmute.
Undo it.
It just did. Kind of slow there. Sorry. So a wonderful job there. I didn't hear it myself, but I knew we had audio. So a great debut by Alyssa Diaz, Jimmy Diaz's older sister, and then also, of course, Reagan Scott, our dynamite sophomore reporter, who's been wonderful. And a wonderful job there by Hunter Alexander and Lucas Myers running camera down on the field, Zena Neo and Nick Powell, our crew, and then Caden Obrenovich on color commentary tonight, along with me, Jason Miller, and Nick Irvin, the man with the plan with Bobcat TV. Just crushing it tonight, Nick. What a great graphic it was for the Bobcat radio tonight. And, of course, we'll be out next Friday night. We're traveling. Are you coming along with us next Friday night?
Yes, sir. I sure will be.
Oh, I love it. So it'll be Miller and Obrenovich next week in the quarterfinals of the 5A state playoffs. So we will bring you the play-by-play. Of course, we're going to try to do our audio-video production that we normally do, but I wouldn't expect it, right? When you deal with athletic directors, they're usually reluctant and reticent and suspicious, and anything outside of the norm is usually a burden for them. So, except for our athletic directors, right? And I'll throw Whitney Holland out there from Micah Mountain and Chris DeRozier, who are terrific, and my guy Casey O'Brien with Sunnyside. Those are 3 of the best in Southern Arizona, across the state of Arizona. But most of the times when I deal with athletic directors, they're very reluctant. Who are you? What do you do? What do you guys do? This sounds sketchy. It sounds like extra work for me and my crew. It's no extra work. We'll produce everything. Let us do the video, the audio, the graphics. We'll run it on NFHS. I work for NFHS. That's why I joined NFHS, was so that I could cover Cienega sports in the playoffs. The Pixel-Lock camera is wick-whack. It's like watching a game through a Circle K security camera. No thank you. We're going to do what we do with 4 cameras, but if they won't let us, we'll be back next Friday night on Bobcat Radio. So for the whole crew, Hunter Alexander, Lucas Myers, Zeta Neo, Nick Powell, Caden Obrenovich, Nick Irvin, Jason Miller, I want to thank you for tuning in. Any last thoughts from you, Caden? I'll give you the last
Just
word.
thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Same cat time, same cat channel. Have a great weekend, and have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you on Black Friday on Bobcat TV. Peace.